Welcome in to a Thursday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, right here live from the UDL. Lloyd is here. We are expecting the carpool queen to be here before we tap out at 9 a.m. this morning. Cody Worsham from LSU is going to stop by here at 7:30. We'll talk a little basketball with Cody. We'll also talk to him about what's going on with this football team coming up this weekend. LSU hosting Arkansas. Obviously, that'll be at Tiger Stadium. We'll talk all about what Coach Orgeron had to say yesterday. Yesterday was signing day. Another couple of additions of recruiting classes coming in, including Jay Johnson's first recruiting class that comes in at number 1 in the country. Looks like you found the right guy for the baseball program.
Trust Scott.
Will Wade gets another 5-star as he rolls out. Julian Phillips signs officially yesterday, so his letter of intent is in.
Suck it, Pat.
He is an LSU Tiger. We will talk to Cody Worsham about all of that coming up here on the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Remember, every day, Go Chevrolet, Geaux, Chevrolet.com, online, Laplace, Louisiana, if you're looking for a brand new car. If you are looking for a used car edition, check them out over at Go Express Auto Sales, which is on Florida Boulevard in Sherwood Forest. Go Chevrolet, driving us every single day. We appreciate Lee Carney, Nick Richard, and the crew. I've seen Nick in the chat the last couple of days, so if you've got a question about a vehicle or if you're looking to get into a new one, you can probably just ask Nick right here, as he has been interacting with us here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, wherever you are, JordyCulottaShow.com, make sure and hit that like button, share button, comment on the show. We appreciate that very much. That helps us out a lot. And we appreciate your support and starting your day with us, or whenever you get this, whether it's on podcast or anytime that you catch the show, just make sure to hit that like button before you get out of here. We appreciate that. So looking forward to talking to Cody coming up here in a couple of minutes. Orgeron was speaking again yesterday, had the radio show last night. My man is loose. It's almost like that check has already kind of hit the bank.
Yeah, he's counting down the days till it does.
Was asked directly about the Alabama game and just said, yeah, look, in past years they've been better. Not that good this year.
Should have won.
Should have won the game. And he's probably not wrong about should have won the game. And for that 60-minute period of the 2021 football season, LSU was better than Alabama.
Absolutely.
I mean, for those 4 quarters, maybe not all in all, you look back at the season. I mean, obviously LSU was a little much in disarray, and Alabama might be playing for an SEC championship and a trip to a Final Four. But on, an early November Saturday, LSU was the better team. I mean, for 60 minutes, they were better. But Orgeron yesterday on the SEC teleconference, pretty funny. And is
this the ode that you thought you would get when you first hired him? Because didn't it seem like he towed the company line at the beginning because he was so, I don't want to say shocked, but he coveted the job so much that he wasn't going to really act as himself. And you heard the stories about how he was at Ole Miss, and kind of his personality was not the coach that you got the first 2 years or 3 years that he was here. And then once he started to win, you kind of saw some of the things come out where he felt very comfortable in his role and in his job. And now this version of Coach O is off the rails Coach O, where you don't know what you're going to get, but he is so confident in himself because what's the worst that could happen? It's already happened. And he's getting paid out the door. So anything that comes out of his mouth is exactly what he thinks.
It has been, I don't know if it's been refreshing or
it feels refreshing to me.
Or scary.
Yeah, because I don't know what's next.
Right. But it is almost refreshing to see kind of how he handles it now. And, I don't know how you're supposed to handle this, right? I mean, if you were in his situation, how else could you really handle it other than just being direct? I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
It's already happened.
What's the worst that can happen to us? I mean, it's just crazy to see it in college football, who everybody is so tight,
so buttoned up.
Yeah, right. So close to the vest. To see the way that he's kind of handling it has been kind of fun. Yeah.
And if you want to draw a direct parallel to all of the, there's some smoke around Lincoln Riley, and if you draw a direct parallel of how else you could handle it, you could beat Lincoln Riley where you're canceling press conferences, where he's scrambling a little bit. Each time you look around, like you said yesterday, there might have been a jet going to and fro, Oklahoma to Baton Rouge and Baton Rouge to Oklahoma, and then the day before, Riley cancels his media availability. So you can see the juxtaposition of a coach who's very comfortable where he is with LSU because it's over. He didn't have to play the games anymore. And Lincoln Riley, who is kind of seems like he's playing catch up with the media every day, is having to make a chess move to try to stay out in front of his name being in the media again. So I feel bad for Lincoln Riley because he's going through the throes of what happens to up-and-coming coaches while you see Coach O riding into the sunset, having the time of his life. It just seems like I would rather be Coach O at this moment because you don't have anything to worry about.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people would like to be Coach O. He's made $35 million in the last 3 years. When you think about his football life, how much money he has put in the bank, just
it seems like he's just realizing
coaching
that.
the game. Yeah, I think he's starting to count that money and realize that. Look, I mean,
boys,
it's over, boys. I mean, I'm going to live it.
I hope y'all make a bowl game because
right.
If it's not in Boca, I'm not going.
I mean, he pretty much said that. I mean, I'd rather it be with sandy white beaches and palm trees. Which, look, you know, I mean, for as much as we have called out the LSU football program and the leadership under Orgeron, especially over the last year and a half, you know, I mean, it is. You know, it's at this point it would be piling on to start nitpicking, and I know that we had a rant earlier this week on some of the things that he said at his Monday press conference when talking about, you know, some private conversations that he had with Doug Nussmeier and, you know, the player, and speaking to more people about that. I mean, I think more people feel like we do who are close to it, you know, than saying that it's no big deal. But, you know, I mean, it is this situation. You know, is, and I hate the saying, but it is kind of what it is. I mean, he's on the way out. He has no future at LSU. His money has been guaranteed to him. He knows that the check is coming his way. And, you know, I mean, I don't know how else you can really be in this situation. And when you know, kind of reverse the roles and put yourself in his shoes, I don't know if I could handle it any other way rather than being just kind of direct and almost with a, you know, a mentality of this is done, and, you know, I got my money. I don't expect anything else, right? Like, I mean, I don't expect anything else, and I think to expect anything else, we would be fooling ourselves.
Absolutely. I mean, he's in the like I said, this is the ride off into the sunset portion where it would be nice if he wins, I'm sure, but that Alabama game was the crescendo to what he wanted to do at LSU on his like General O's last stand. He wanted to be able to ride off, throw his hat in the air and said, look, I know the tenure didn't go the way you exactly wanted it to, certainly the last 2 years, but I beat the boogeyman. Like, I was able to take out Alabama, and that's what I said I was going to come here and do. And he put all of his stock, whether he said, you know, whatever he said, which is we're going to play loose, we're going to go for it, we're going to win, which he did all of those things. You could tell he put all of his eggs in that basket for one, like, if you're a senior, like, let me ace one more test real quick just to see what happens. Like, I already failed, but I'm going to try one more time and see what happens. And he put it all out there and got like a, B-, not passing the class. But he still feels good about himself.
Yeah.
And that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to come in and say he could beat Alabama twice in how long has he been here, 6 years?
Yeah.
That would have been, you know, a star on his resume to say, look, Les Miles couldn't do it. The last 5 years of him, you couldn't even sniff Alabama. I came in here, beat him twice, and y'all think I'm a buffoon. So that's what he wanted to do. He didn't quite get there, but he still rode out like he did. So kudos to him for pretty much ignoring the result.
Remember daily here on the Jordy Culotta Show, we're driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Our official spice is Papa Earl's, 30% less sodium than the competition. You can pick them up anywhere locally. True Blue Water is in the UDL. That's our official water over here, trubluewater.com. The official coffee is Majestic Coffee. Majestic Coffee is online at delicioussips.com, and all of our phone via the guests today via the phone line are sponsored by Metropolitan Health Group. Our good friends over there, Charles Harvey and Jason Ramazan, who I saw both those guys in the Maravich Center on Tuesday night. I expect I'll probably see them there tomorrow night. Friday night is LSU basketball. We'll roll it out again. But shout out to our sponsors here on the Jordy Culotta Show. We appreciate you for interacting with them. I am the first to tell you that I hate flight tracking in the coaching circle, but if everybody's in, screw it. Pass it here. I guess I'll roll with it, man.
I'll smoke it.
Yeah, right. I guess just hand it over. And yesterday the link was being passed around. The link on Lincoln Riley, as there was the private jet from LSU that was tracked from Norman, Oklahoma to Baton Rouge, Louisiana yesterday morning. And as Lloyd said, Lincoln Riley's press conference will not be available today. He's had that now canceled. Outside receivers coach, associate head coach Dennis Simmons will speak in Riley's place, followed by defensive coordinator Alex Grinch.
That already happened. That was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah.
That was and so they canceled Riley's press session. Read into it what you want, but there is a ton of smoke around LSU and Lincoln Riley right now, right? I mean, if we're just kind of connecting the dots, looking at this situation as a puzzle, Riley kind of looks like he's on the radar and he's listening to what's happening down here in Baton Rouge, or somebody in Norman, Oklahoma is listening to the LSU football program and is distracting Lincoln Riley this week. So, I mean, we can read into it what we want, but it looks like something is happening behind the scenes with Riley and LSU.
They're at least talking.
It seems as if that is happening.
I don't know if we're in hand-holding phase yet, but they're definitely texting. Might go to the movies this weekend, start slow, see if we stay after the credits, sees what happens, but they're definitely courting each other.
There you see yesterday's flight log for the LSU jet that took off from the University of Oklahoma at 8:59 a.m. Central Standard Time and landed back at Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport at 10:12 a.m. Central Time.
What a way to start the work day. I've been there since 7, hop on the jet at 9, I'm back in BR by 10. I didn't miss a thing.
On Wednesday, so we'll see. I mean, look, this is we have talked about Lincoln Riley's name, right? I mean, we have mentioned Riley. If there's anybody that makes sense from Scott Woodward's standpoint that is off the board of all the names that everybody's been discussing, right? Everybody's talking about Jimbo Fisher and Mel Tucker and Billy Napier and all these names. Dave Aranda keep popping up that people are talking about on the surface. And we talked about this last week. On the surface, those are the names that make the most sense. And again, let us preface coaching talk and coaching speak on this show by saying if anybody is telling you that they know or have information from firsthand accounts, they're lying to you. They don't know because Scott Woodward is working in silence. This is all just kind of speculation and people grabbing. You're talking to people close to LSU, work at LSU, in the executive team of LSU, and maybe they've heard some things, but they don't know anything. And we're going to talk to Cody Worsham here in a couple of minutes. He's a part of that executive team. I bet, I'll ask him directly. I mean, we're not going to press him for anything, but ask him if he knows anything, and he'll tell us the truth.
Ask him if he flew yesterday. Right. That's an easy question. Doesn't have to tell us where.
And Worsham will be here in 10 minutes.
Hopefully 10 years.
Yeah, hopefully
I don't want to kill the guy just yet.
Yeah. The coach will be here for another decade. But we'll see, But we have, like we were talking about with Lincoln Riley, all these names that we mentioned, Dave Aranda and Billy Napier and Lane Kiffin and Mel Tucker and Jimbo Fisher, all these names have lived on the surface, right? Like everybody's been talking about those names. If there's one that's kind of off the board that you say that might be somebody that makes sense and that feels like Scott Woodward's type of play, Lincoln Riley kind of checks all those boxes. He's the guy that, he's got some cachet with his name. He's an offensive genius, or considered to be amongst his peers and in college football. He is a guy that really is a really good recruiter. I mean, if you look at kind of the guys that they've gone into and taken away from, rival Texas and gone into that area and gotten players, and they've even come into Louisiana and gotten some players. And you make your opponent, or you make one of your competitors, weaker by a move you make, and LSU would make one of their opponents in Oklahoma who's joining the SEC. That would be a hell of a hit to them on the way into the league, losing their head coach to a to a conference team would be just kind of Scott Woodward 101.
Where does this stack up? If it is Lincoln Riley, where would this stack up on the Woodward list of hires? Because it seems to follow the pattern of grabbing Jimbo from Florida State. And I would say that wasn't a lateral move. A&M wasn't as good as Florida State, obviously coming off a national championship. So I would say that Jimbo took a step down, but the money was obviously such a big factor in his decision to move to A&M and the facilities and everything, because Florida State was not supporting him there. So that Jimbo Fisher move, I'm just talking about Chris Peterson, also Boise State to Washington. I would say that they're all, I don't know if they're similar moves, but it feels like Lincoln Riley would be the biggest name maybe he's ever gotten, just in terms of having, I guess I'll compare it to Jimbo Fisher, somebody that's had very recent success, has built up a program, and is probably the first name you think of when you think of Oklahoma football in college, like players that aren't at Oklahoma anymore. You don't think of, like, obviously Baker Mayfield, NFL, Kyler Murray, NFL, but when you think of Oklahoma and college football, it feels like Lincoln Riley is the head of that thing. Like, he's big enough to be a name that is synonymous with Oklahoma football at this point, because he continues to win 10 games. He's always has a team that's circling the playoff, and so I'm wondering if you stacked up the cards, where would Lincoln Riley land in Scott Woodward's deck?
I think when he got Jimbo, Jimbo was eager to leave Florida State.
Right.
He was listening. He was looking for that contract. He wasn't going to get it in Tallahassee, and things had fallen through in Baton Rouge, and he was looking to get out. I mean, I think people around the program kind of saw how eager he was when that LSU job first popped up in 2015, and he had a chance to get it, and things were kind of moving downhill, and it looked like he was going to get the job, and they were close to signing a deal. And when it fell through, it probably took some steam out of him. I mean, you saw like kind of the recruiting started to change direction. The on-the-field product didn't look the same. And, I think he was up for the taking, right? It doesn't feel like Lincoln Riley was, for a lack of a better term, for sale. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like he was on the market.
And that's where it feels a little bit like Chris Peterson, who did not feel like he was on the market.
Well, people kept poking and prodding at Peterson, and people were kind of curious on would he leave. He's a better coach than Boise State, right? He's got to be in a bigger market. He's got to be on a bigger plane. Right now, Lincoln Riley, I agree with everything you say. I mean, a lot of the things that we talked about, early on in this process with a guy like Lane Kiffin, I think you get with Riley. I mean, you become immediately relevant offensively if he's the guy. I mean, and who's to say he doesn't have like a Jay Johnson, Jacob Berry type deal with Caleb Williams. And I don't know what that would do to recruiting. I don't know what that would do, for some of the people that are here already. But I mean, if you look at Caleb Williams and what Lincoln Riley and him have done together in just a short time period, they've been pretty impressive with the way that they've worked together. Now, I mean, I'm looking at some of the details of Lincoln Riley's contract, and he's making $6.5 million. He's making $6.15 million, or made that last season.
He's up for a raise.
Here in 2021, he's actually making $8 million, just a little over $8 million. Next year, he's scheduled to make $7.5 million, and then 2023, $8 million. 2024, $7.5 million. So that's about a $24 million buyout if you're talking about Lincoln Riley. And as we said earlier this week, one of the things that Scott Woodward and, I think everybody's kind of been, wondering just kind of like, where's all this money coming from? What's going on? How do you have access to this money? I think one thing that was a little pre-planned here, one thing that's, been stacked up for LSU that we, may not have known about or just didn't realize is that LSU's got a big war chest that they're playing with that I don't think that money really is an issue. Now, sure, you're not going to overpay and just be, fiscally irresponsible and start burning money, but there's a lot of money to play with. And if their guy that they point out and that they want is at the top of their board costs them some cash to buy out and to pay, then they have the money to do that. They have the resources to do that. They're also going to have to buy out and pay, this current staff. So this is going to be a real big chunk to bite off financially for LSU, but nothing's going to touch anything officially on the books because a war chest has been built up for Woodward by, the list of boosters and alumni that, support him first and foremost. So, it'll be interesting to see how the next couple of days shake out, but it looks like the smoke around Lincoln Riley and LSU seems to be for real. If you're just following the tea leaves, if this is all just kind of
conjecture
at the LSU jet leaving Norman, Oklahoma, and getting back to Baton Rouge. Riley's name has kind of been, talked about and circled around the LSU job. Nobody's come out and said that they're not interested. Nobody's come out and said that they're not looking at it. Nobody's come out and said that, look, this is a dead story. And until that happens, when you have puzzle pieces like that, just kind of float to the top of the surface, right? Where the names of like Jimbo Fisher and Mel Tucker and Billy Napier and Dave Aranda have been really kind of living and everybody been talking about out in the open. Now this Lincoln Riley name becomes the realest of all of them because you've just got this evidence. You've got this circumstantial evidence that looks like there's something going on. There's some type of back and forth between somebody in Oklahoma on Oklahoma's campus and LSU. And Riley's canceling media appearances and putting his assistants in front of the microphone. So, it's take it for what it's worth, but it looks like Riley and LSU, the stuff's for real.
Do you think that Scott hates the fact that this jet's out there, that people know the tracking number?
Absolutely.
How do you get that fixed?
You get on a booster's jet.
You get a different one. So is this a potential smoke screen? Would you send one way, Kansas City Shuffle, and go the other?
I mean, look at the time that it spent there. I mean, it was how much?
Well, that's interview time.
Right. I mean, it was a very short window of time that it was on the ground.
Is it an office scenario where Lincoln Riley comes and meets him on the jet? We talk for 30
sure.
minutes.
That's how that stuff happens.
Yeah. We're not going in public
no
anyway.
Way.
Yeah,
no
you
way.
get to the car, and then he was on ESPN later that day.
Lincoln Riley is in a blacked out tinted Suburban,
yes,
and goes directly to a private hangar at the Norman, Oklahoma airport.
Could you imagine?
Goes pull the Suburban directly up to the jet.
Entourage style.
Easy door open, 2-step onto the plane.
Cocktails.
Yeah, hat down, coat collar up. Get on the plane, sit down, meet with Woodward, look eye to eye. How real is it? What's the number? Can this happen? Do you have a staff in mind? What would your outlay be? What would your vision be? Thank you very much. Good luck this weekend. We'll be in touch.
Good luck against Baylor, which we're also talking to Dave Aranda, by the way. So good luck to both of you. But could you imagine walking on that jet? And I would imagine a little nervous. Scott Woodward sitting there, legs crossed, jacket on, collar up, toddy in hand, and you're just like, this shit just got so real. Like, this is about to be
absolutely.
The drive up there, you have to be pretty nervous. You're like, oh, shit, we're going to the jet.
Yeah.
We're pulling into can we do this?
Right.
Pulling in, and then Woodward's just there, sitting down, have a seat. You're like, okay, biggest interview of my life. Let's do it. Yeah. Get comfortable.
Daily, we're brought to you by Edward Jones. Remember Edward Jones, Daniel Newman, daniel.newman at edwardjones.com. Get in touch with Newman as he can help you out with your financial questions, whatever you might be looking for. Let him help you out with. He is our financial advisor, and the quick return in just a short time after rolling over our 401k has been pretty impressive to see. And some of just the easy methods that Daniel Newman has put our money to work for us. But we had the special message for you earlier this week, and listen in. If you are working at Exxon and considering retirement in the next year or the next few years, it's time to call Daniel Newman right now. Get in touch with him at 225-261-8262. That's his direct number, 225-261-8262. Exxon just announced that their interest rate for the first quarter, it had gone down. This is going to impact your decision and what you do with your money. Let Daniel Newman run the numbers for you and see if anything makes sense. See if the thing's making sense for you if you work over at Exxon. Get in touch with him, 225-261-8262. Exxon just announced that their interest rate has gone down for the first quarter. This may impact you. If it does, let Daniel Newman explain it to you. He is an expert in this field. 225-261-8262. Cody Worsham from LSU next here, the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Go Flow IV and Spa, 7970 Jefferson Highway is where you can find them, or you can simply go online to goflowiv.com. Go Flow IV Spa is a medical spa that specializes in IV hydration with vitamin infusion. At Go Flow IV Spa, they can help you with a wide range of issues, from skin care to illness recovery, athletic performance, hangover cure, chronic illness, and even chronic dehydration. GoFlowIV.com or stop in and see them. 7970 Jefferson Highway. Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Mark Pop Norman. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find them locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more. Welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Check them out online at GEAUXChevrolet.com. We're also brought to you daily by Cajun Ready Mix Concrete. Get in touch with our friends over at Cajun Ready Mix Concrete. Bradley Cairo and his crew over at Cajun Ready Mix, CajunRMC.com. Residential, municipal, industrial, commercial. They're ready for you today over at CajunRMC.com. Got 9 plants around the greater Baton Rouge area, which means your concrete will be delivered on time to the exact specification. CajunRMC.com. It doesn't matter the project, whether it's a driveway that you need to repair a couple of places, or if it's a big commercial project. Get in touch with Cajun Ready Mix Concrete, CajunRMC.com. One of our good friends, Cody Worsham, is up at LSU. Very talented, of course, formerly on this side covering the Tigers, but now inside of the athletic building, and he is a strategic communications and digital media director over there. He's on Twitter at Cody Worsham. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find them locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. True Blue Water, true hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU, bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU, bluewater.com. All right, let's jump right back into it. Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Brought to you daily here. Cody Worsham, who is now up at LSU. He is a strategic communications director, of course, with some digital media stuff as well. He's on Twitter at Cody Worsham. Cody, good morning. How are you?
Great. Good to talk to you, Jordy.
Absolutely. Good to have you, buddy. Let's just start with the obvious stuff, man. How many people ask you daily who is going to be the next LSU head football coach, whether it's in your family, your friends, text messages? How many do you get a day?
I feel like you're indirectly asking me right now.
I am.
No, I get asked a lot, and the beauty of the question is that I have absolutely no idea. So I'm kind of in the same fence as everyone else and eagerly anticipating. But, I was sitting there reflecting yesterday on signing day and watching the class that Kim Mulkey brought in and watching the class that Jay Johnson brought in. And, looking at what soccer's done under Coach Hudson going to the NCAA tournament. They signed a big class yesterday, and I was talking to Coach Hudson yesterday, and she was talking about going to Sweden to get a striker and going to Europe, another part of Europe to get a midfielder. And I was just sitting there thinking, man, Scott's done a pretty good job so far. So I feel good about it. I feel like he's going to go out there and get somebody that's going to come in and be a championship coach for LSU. So I'm excited about that.
Hey, Cody, you can speak to this so well because I say this all the time. I mean, we bark and gag into this microphone all day and talk about what, act like we know what we're talking about. But I always preface the conversations on, the coaching search with Scott Woodward. Anybody that tells you that they know is lying to you. They don't know because he's working in silence. And now LSU people have had a chance to see him do this with Jay Johnson and Kim Mulkey. But, I mean, that's been his reputation, and he's always seemed to hit the home run, to get it right.
Yeah, he's done this before. He's been through this process before, whether it was here or other schools, and so he knows the lay of the land. He knows that this one's a little bit different than other ones, but I think the other thing that's important here too is you got real alignment here in the athletic department. You got everyone on the same page, everyone pulling back in the same direction. If you go back and look at Scott's his first press conference when he got here, like that's what he talked about, was getting everybody pulling in the same direction, rowing in the same direction. And it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to do it. And, just in my role here over the last couple of years, I've really felt that. And it's not to say we're perfect and we're getting everything right. Like, we got work to do on a lot of fronts. But we have really good leadership, unified leadership in athletics on the university side. And so that makes you feel a lot better when you're going through the hiring process. Everyone's, on the same page and communicating clearly and pulling in the same direction. You get a lot further that way than when you have people pulling in opposite direction. So we got some good momentum, and I know we'll capitalize on it.
Cody, I know a part of your responsibility up there at LSU is the messaging, is getting out what's going on and reaching the public. And it had to be pretty gratifying to the executive team and everybody in the department up there to see that the LSU Alabama still draw the game, still draw the interest like it has in years past. I mean, you look up and still ESPN put out there on Monday morning, most viewed game since 2019, which was an LSU Florida game back in Tiger Stadium. But to see that game carry the weight when the brand is a little down right now, what was the reaction to that with the executive department looking at those numbers?
Yeah, it was exciting to see. We've been spending a lot of time looking at our brand, and part of that is the subjective, right? It's the narrative, and it's the emotions that you get. Part of it's objective though, and it's looking at data and numbers, and so we've been doing a lot of that lately. And so to see that, the ratings, we have some other numbers that kind of show when LSU's on, people watch. Yeah. And so when you can do that, and you're not a national championship contender, this season. That shows you just how powerful it can be when things are, where you want them to be on the field record wise. So it was great. And it's, to me, it's also great for the student athletes. The guys that are out there now, like, man, they want to be out there. They're playing hard. They have every reason to pack up their bag and go home for whatever the cleat. They hadn't even thought about that, man. They're practicing hard. They're playing hard. They're fighting through adversity, and I think what you're going to see is a foundation built within those guys. Whether it's the younger guys, the Jack Beshes, and the Max Johnsons, and the guys who are going to be kind of part of what you do moving forward. But even guys like talked with Mike Jones yesterday, a guy that is older and experienced, but he's got some eligibility left, and he's getting a chance to show what he could do. He's going to be better for this. Adversity builds character, and character is the centerpiece of what you're going to do moving forward. So those guys are doing a great job, and it's great for our fans to tune in and watch them and support them that way. But I think the rest of the country is watching too, which is great for the LSU brand.
Absolutely. Cody Worsham joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. You mentioned Kim Mulkey and her recruiting class and what she pulled in yesterday. Jay Johnson's class ranked number 1. Will Wade gets another 5-star. And Julian Phillips, his letter of intent is now in to the LSU officials. That was a good day for LSU yesterday.
Yeah, I had trouble keeping up. I saw a few coaches around the building yesterday and just asked them how it was going, and most of them were like, today's the easy day. Like, all the work's done, the hay's in the barn. Like, we're already moving on to this and that. You kind of lose sight of that sometimes. Yesterday was more of a celebration and getting those athletes signed on board, and just the quality of student athletes. I mean, that's where it starts for us. Like you talked about brand. We have a brand narrative that we use in a lot of the work we do, and the very first paragraph is the LSU brand is elite student athletes. Like, that is where it starts and ends and finishes. It's all about the student athletes and empowering them, and so to bring in the great ones from across the country, across the world, really. That's what we're here for. That's why we get up in the morning and stay up late at night, is to help those student athletes, empower them, maximize their time while they're here, and then give them a place to represent for the rest of their lives. So yesterday sort of the start of that journey for a lot of them, and it's just gonna be fun to watch those athletes come in and continue to help us chase championships.
Yeah, it was good to see Izzy Besselman, a local here out of Episcopal, a part of that first class for Kim Mulkey, as Kim Mulkey is getting into LSU and now getting on her first recruiting class, and seeing Besselman in there as a walk-on alongside of Alyssa Williams and Johnson and all that crew was a special time. Will Wade was here earlier this week, Cody, and he talked about basketball 365, something that you guys were paying attention to, and that you were a part of the team up there, and it included people like Stephanie Remph and you and Will Wade, and he didn't dive too much into it. He just talked about that it was focusing on basketball all season long. Can you dive into more what that was, what that initiative is pushing towards?
Yeah, for me, at some point, Stephanie and Matt, pulled me aside and said, "Hey, we're thinking about forming this thing where we're going to talk about basketball 365 days a year. Are you interested?" I was like, "Are you kidding me? Am I interested? Like, that's my bread and butter. That's where my head is all the time." So I was grateful for the opportunity and jumped at it. To me, it's a testament to Will and his program, the way that they've, really opened the doors and said, "Look, we need all the help we can get. We're gonna give you whatever access you need, whatever resources you need that we can. Come in and help us." And at the same time, like, when someone does that, when they open up to you, you feel a real responsibility to deliver. And so I know from my end and from some of the other people that are in basketball 365 in those meetings, like, we're grateful for the opportunity, but we also we want to make the most of it. We want to get as much momentum going for LSU basketball as possible. So it's been real exciting. You've seen a little bit of what we've done so far with the stuff with the general. And I mean, like, how many coaches in the country embrace that and go for that idea? Like Will said, I think his phrase is always, does it contribute to winning? And you look at the general stuff, and it's kind of funny, it's kind of silly or whatever. But then you look at Tuesday night and 2,000 students show up, and there's a connection there. So we're excited. Like, I love basketball. Matt Laborde's a basketball. Like, we have some people that really love basketball in the building and want to see LSU basketball grow and prosper. And then look at the work they've done on the court, the proof's in the pudding. They're the winningest team in the SEC the last 3 years. Like, let's get behind them. Let's push them forward. Let's take them to the next level. That's our goal. So it's been exciting so far, and hopefully more exciting things to come.
We got to get Mike. We got to get Mike in a general outfit, right?
Say that again. You got a little fuzzy on me there with the audio.
We got to get Mike in a general outfit, right?
We've got some idea. Like, where my head goes is, LSU's got a rich military history, right? And one of the things that it's credit to Will and his program, like, they reached out to the student veterans, and they reached out to ROTC groups and said, hey, we're thinking about doing this. Like, does it seem okay? Like, we don't want to be insensitive. And those groups loved it. They wanted to be a part of it. So we're bringing them in. And, where my head goes is just all the puns you can do. Like, we did general admission on today, and I love a good I love a good pun. I mean, there's gonna be more of that. We got Colonel Kent Lowe contributing dispatches on the Boot Up podcast. Like, we're all in. We're all in on this thing.
That is so good. Cody Worsham joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. You sat down with Darius Days after his explosive opening night. 30 from him. He had 8 behind the arc. He was unconscious on opening night versus UL Monroe. What do you expect from the senior this season?
Well, I don't expect him to go 8 of 9 from 3 every night. If he does, great. I'll be all for it. I do think he's going to show an expanded offensive game. The stat I tweeted yesterday was, last year on off the bounce jumpers in the half court, he was 0 of 2 in 28 games. He took 2 all season in 28 games, didn't make any of them. On Tuesday, he was 4 of 4. So that's a new part of his game that he, I think, has been there a little bit, but he's never needed to use it. It's never been his role, but he's worked on it this offseason. It's his role. The biggest thing you can see with Darius is his conditioning. His conditioning is next level. I would from time to time, mostly before football season, because once football season starts, the time crunch is a little harder. I go work out in the same weight room facility in Tiger Stadium that the basketball team would use. And I always try to go when there's no one there. I don't want to be in the way. Because I like being alone, getting a little solitude. And every time I'd go in there, Days was on the treadmill, or Days was on the little bench, with dumbbells doing something. He was always doing something extra to work on his body. And so, yeah, you're right. When I sat down with him, I asked him about it. He was like, man, my diet's changed. Like, I'm taking this really seriously. My body's transformed. Like, last year, I think I looked like I was in better shape, but I didn't see the results I wanted to see. And so this year, like, I'm all in. And a lot of guys say that. I'm telling you, he's done it. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, I'd walk in there at, 7:15 in the morning, hoping nobody would be in there. And there he was on the treadmill. Like, Dave, what are you doing, man? Just working. He's put himself in a position to have a really big year. And that's huge, because as he goes this year, the team goes, they've got some balance. He can afford an off night because they've got some guys behind him. But I think he's the ceiling of this team, and the more he maximizes his ceiling, the more the team maximizes their ceiling. And I think he's going to do a great job with that this year.
You've been knowing Will Wade from the jump. You have covered him in depth, and now you guys have a great relationship. Doesn't this team just really suit him? Doesn't it fit him? Don't you get that feeling?
For sure. I go back to one of his first press conferences this year. He was like, man, sometimes I got to psych myself up before practice, because I like these guys so much. I gotta generate some anger and generate some energy just to go in there and do what I need to do. It fits him. It's blue collar. The word I used on Tuesday was relentless. They just look relentless out there. Up 50, up 60, they were still getting after it. They got some dog to them. They got some blue collar. There's no prima donna to this team. Look at Efton Reed after the game, the humility, the way that he, gives effort on defense. If you go back and look at the game, LSU, it was 22-17, and LSU turns the ball over. UL Monroe's going the other way. Efton Reed sprints back, gets a deflection in transition to break up a layup, goes the other way. Darius Days hits a 3, and then LSU goes on a 57-9 run. That's a 5-star freshman that came in and said, I'm going to sit down in the defensive stance. I'm going to guard. I'm going to switch on to point guards on the perimeter. I'm going to sprint back in transition. Like, that's buy-in. So they've invested a lot of time and energy into developing that buy-in for these guys, and they've rewarded it so far. I'm excited to see where this team can go.
Last one, I'll get you out of here. How impressive has Jay Johnson been on the first few months on the job?
Incredible. I mean, you want to talk about a relentless worker. Like, everything he does is geared toward success for LSU baseball. And I mean everything. Like, everything he does in his personal life, everything he does in his daily routine, it's all about success for LSU baseball and getting the most out of that program. He's got big picture vision. He sees the big picture, the long-term vision. He's got short-term ability to manage the day-to-day stuff. Like, he's the total package. And you know, the proof's in the pudding. Yesterday, they bring in the #1 recruiting class in the country. They're going to be able to keep some of those guys too. Like, they signed a bunch, and you always lose guys to the draft, but NIL is changing things for college baseball. You know, that's a equivalency scholarship sport that I think NIL is going to have a chance to maximize some opportunities for student athletes, keep them in school for longer, get them to school in the first place instead of going straight to the draft. He's got some big plans with just player development, and I mean, he sees the whole package. He sees everything. Really excited to see him. I can't wait for the spring and see them in action. But just the taste you've gotten this fall, they're hitting the ball, the way he handles, you know, their approach at the plate. I mean, he's the total package. He's a 5-tool coach. You know, 5-tool players is the phrase in baseball. He's a 5-tool coach. He's got everything, and really excited to see them on the field in the spring. They're gonna have a great year.
Cody Worsham, he is the host of the Tigers Win podcast, also the Boot Up podcast that you can subscribe to wherever you get your podcast, and check him out on Twitter at Cody Worsham. This is a hell of a time at LSU Sports, and Cody Worsham is sitting in one of the driver's seats. It's cool to have access to him and hear from him. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, there he is, checking in this morning. That conversation brought to you by A-Bear Specialty Meats. Remember, online at abearsmeats.com. They are located on Highway 73 out in Prairieville, and coming to Baton Rouge to Robert's Grocery Store. That'll be coming here the week of Thanksgiving. Same shopping center as Superior Bar and Grill over there at the Kenilworth Shopping Center. Robert's Grocery Store will now be the new place to check out and pick up A-Bear Specialty Meats here in the Baton Rouge area, but still out in Ascension over on Highway 73 at the Dutchtown Shopping Center. Pick up all of your Thanksgiving needs, turduckens, debone stuffed chicken.
You ever had a turducken?
Yes.
You have?
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you?
Carpool Queen, good morning.
No, you haven't. Okay.
No, I don't even
Me either.
know.
Hey, good morning. I just wondered, like,
Have you?
I've never seen one. No, I haven't seen one. I feel like it's like a myth, like a Cajun myth.
Okay. I say that we have a turducken.
I think we could probably. We might know a guy that could get us one.
For our Culotta Show Thanksgiving celebration.
Would you smoke it, oven it? What would you do?
Smoke it.
Smoke it?
Yeah. Or a fry.
Wait, is it?
Can you fry that?
Is it turkey and a duck, or is it duck and a turkey?
It's and chicken.
What?
No, it's
turkey.
It's
duck inside, chicken over that.
Yeah, that's right.
So you get 3 layers of meat. It's
Wait,
like
what
it's like a
animal
meat
is it stuffed
parfait.
into?
It's an onion of meat.
The turkey houses
Everybody's
everybody.
in the turkey's
So
gut.
here's the turkey.
So
here's all the
weird.
people inside the steeple.
I love that.
So there's the chicken. There's the turkey that houses everybody.
Okay.
Then you go
Chicken.
biggest to smallest.
Okay.
So
Duck, chicken,
I
turkey.
guess that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
So you
Biggest to
go-
smallest. Yeah.
you probably.
That's weird.
If we're really gonna think about it, you buy the duck. You got the little duck breast. You buy the chicken. Cut open the chicken. Get all that out. Gut the chicken. Throw the duck inside the chicken. Sew it up. Throw that chicken and duck inside the turkey. Sew it up. Now you got.
God, is
your
it worth
ducking.
all that? Why not just cook
Well, that's
like
why
a
we don't
duck,
do
a
it.
chicken,
That's
and
why
a
you.
turkey?
That's
so
why
you
you
pick it
call
up
it
cooked at
A-Bears.
A-Bears.
They're doing it right now.
Right,
That
that's
seems
why
like
you
a
pick
lot
it
of
up at
work.
A-Bears, and all you got to do is cut it.
Deep fry it.
When you get home, just cut it up, man. Serve it. But if you are looking for Thanksgiving plans and you need somebody to take care of the menu, get in touch with A-Bears. And we've also talked to you about the gift cards. Make sure and pick up the gift cards for the holidays.
And
Is
I think
that-
they do baskets as well, right? For
Yes.
corporate gifts.
And
Yes.
you haven't talked about the sides. They got buku sides over there.
Well, the
Baked
sides are
mac
great.
and
Yeah, yeah,
cheese.
yeah.
Yeah, what even
mashed
sides? How do you get past the meat?
And yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Is this an indictment on Big Turkey? Because people complain.
Big turkey.
People complain about turkey at Thanksgiving all the time. They're like, I don't understand the holiday. Why do we have to have turkey? I'd
Yeah.
rather, if we're going to do some sort of holiday where everybody's together, why don't we do something that's, people actually enjoy?
I've done that before. I've done a beef tenderloin.
That's what
instead of a
that's what
turkey.
some people do. They do a huge, because I think it's the portion control that you want everybody to be able to eat.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I agree. I'm in Team Turkey. I like
Me too,
it. I
because
enjoy
I like
it.
white bread, mayonnaise, and turkey
Exactly.
on a sandwich
Oh
the
my
next day.
goodness, the
Mayonnaise.
sandwich.
Yes.
Oh, no mayonnaise for you.
No mayo.
Oh, how have we never had the mayonnaise
No
conversation up
mayo.
in here?
I don't
What?
even- I don't like
I dip
white
my French
sauces.
fries in mayo.
Well, that's a
dip
whole
everything
different.
in
That's a
mayo.
therapist conversation.
That is like
Yeah.
ranch.
Yeah, I'm talking about
No
like
ranch?
Alfredo,
Well,
ranch.
that's the paisan coming out. You
Yeah.
know, red sauce or bust.
Yeah, but it's not
Caesar?
even that. It's just I can go in on Caesar, but that's a
Okay.
little gray.
It is. You're
It's a
right.
little gray.
That is.
The sauce or your line?
The sauce.
Oh, okay. It's a gray area. No, it's a gray sauce.
But I mean, I live in the gray.
yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right.
No
right.
white sauce and no mayo.
But strict on the no mayo.
Jeez, I love
Strict
mayo.
on the no mayo.
So this is where little Jay gets some of these eating habits from.
Yes, for sure.
You're very strict on yourself. See, I didn't turn into a. So what do you put on the sandwich? You get mustard?
Just dry as hell, huh?
No, I go mustard.
Mustard? Because
I-
mustard is a much more offensive tasting to the palate whenever it's much harsher.
Yes.
When you're looking for mayonnaise, you could skate by and be like, did I just have mayonnaise on that
But I love the
sandwich?
taste of mustard.
Oh,
on a
yeah,
sandwich.
you like that bite?
Yes.
Oh, see,
For
that's
sure.
what I.
Duke.
Nothing
mayonnaise?
nothing better
Hell
than
no.
the last bite. The last chunk of the corner that still has the chunk of meat, some of the
breading.
dressing, you know what I mean? A couple of hangers on from a tomato and lettuce, but still well painted by the mustard. You know what I mean? Still a good
you
mustard
can see it over
kick.
the edge a little bit. You're
Right,
like, oh, see.
right.
So-
And then I put chips on my sandwich.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
If you're
that's
having
cool,
a
too.
sandwich, Mikey and I, during whenever he was here, I don't know, I guess he's hitting baseball. I saw him, dude, hitting some lasers in the cage
Yeah.
he put on
Right?
social.
Scary.
I don't know if he's going to be back here.
Swing looks
He might-
right.
He
Swing
might be
looks
swinging
right.
too
He's
good.
too
Hey,
wrong.
Mikey, don't get good, bro. Don't get into the league because we will be at every game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Take this podcast on
We'll
the
be
road.
at Will Call. They'll be calling us by first name at Will Call in Chicago.
He'll have, you think Bregman had a crew. Watch out, dude. We're going to bring Peck with us. We'll,
Live from the third base line.
Mikey, can you give an interview real quick?
I bet Mikey likes mayo.
Oh, he does. We had
Yeah, I'd
a
imagine
full-on
so.
sandwich
I'd imagine
conversation,
so. I'd
and
imagine so.
it is TLC on the sandwiches. He's the same way I am. If I'm making a sandwich, it's not a quick. It's a meal. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you got to toast the
Yeah.
bread. You
No,
got to do
I'm
all of the
in.
fixins.
I'm all in on it. I can't eat a rollover anymore.
No, I mean,
You know
those
what I
days are
mean?
gone.
Wait, what's a rollover?
Working man
Just
sandwich?
a one piece of bread, meat, slap it on, and roll it over and eat it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. That seems
Yeah,
that
weird
was-
and sad.
But I mean, that was back in the day.
Oh, dude, coming in for like summer day, coming in from
Yeah,
outside,
for
Oh, that's how you
turkey.
did it?
They could. My parents called it a working man sandwich. You just grab it, work, boom,
Yeah.
flip it.
Same
and,
thing. Roll it over, bro.
Dude, roll over.
Roll over.
Those days are gone.
Bag of
Sandwich is a
chips.
meal. Boom.
Doritos on a fresh cut turkey and a white bread bunny.
Smash it.
Do that, yeah.
That'd take me back, dude.
But I
Dude.
had mayonnaise on it too.
Ugh,
Oh,
gross.
see, there was no time for condiments on these sandwiches.
Gross.
It was Kraft American cheese, turkey, folded over, squish the white bread, chips on it if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And then back to the pool. There's no 30-minute waiting period. You're
No
hot. You're
way.
2 bites.
No way.
Smash.
I mean, I'm cannonballing with the
with
the
turkey.
sandwich in the hand.
Hold it up.
One over the legs, one in the air.
Don't let it get
Yeah,
wet.
right.
And then they had the this Capri Sun was obviously big in my day, but also
Yes.
the barrel juice. You know, that came in the barrel with the tinfoil lid.
Yes, I remember
Those-
those. Those are so
Wow.
gross.
Delicious. Are you kidding? It's just
Now
pure
they would be
sugar.
gross.
Yeah.
I mean, probably. It would
I
probably,
entered a contest on Capri Suns because I was so fast at opening the straw, putting it in, and sucking it down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a
I won it.
that is
I
a
won it.
backwoods
You
Mississippi
won?
fair.
Yeah, and it was a Sigma Chi Derby Day at Mississippi State, actually. It was
Or-
part of
or
the-
yeah, spot the line.
Yeah,
What's
right.
the difference?
Ha!
That's where I got my
Anyway,
goat.
I was a very good, fast Capri Sun drinker.
Did you have to suck it down
I
too?
did have to suck it down. I had to
Should've
finish the
just
Capri
shocked-
Sun.
Yeah.
Whistle while you work.
I practiced beforehand.
Oh, I
On
bet.
Capri Sun.
On
Yes.
the judges, yeah. Katie wins. That's unanimous.
Why do we do this
We don't
every
even have to get
day?
started.
Suck the life out that
Happen
Capri
every
Sun.
day.
Daily, we are brought to you
With the white
by
sauce.
Johnson and Spillers. Johnson and Spillers is our dentist. You're welcome, Dr. Spillers.
For that intro.
We're leading you in right into it. 2 locations, Prepare Avenue out in Gonzales and in Baton Rouge on Perkins Road, right next to or in between Segan and Bluebonnet. Johnson and Spillers, your general dentistry, your pediatric dentistry, whatever you're looking for, let them help you out over at Johnson and Spillers. If you're looking for Botox, it can help you out as well.
And he bought some merch yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Merch store's on fire.
We moved that merch.
Speaking of Brandon Hollingsworth and Brian Burgess, I need to know your sizes and what you wanted because I didn't get that information. And I know y'all are here right now.
I think Burgess got a UDL shirt.
How do you even remember that?
Because it was we were running out of sizes. I think he needed a medium.
All right, DM me, y'all.
Let me know if I'm right on that, Burgess.
Send her a Capri Sun.
Send me a case of Capri Sun.
Let's go to the judges. They're snoring.
We should do it. We should have a Capri Sun contest here.
They're smoking in their socks. in their dead socksy socks. We will be back at the top of the hour here. Still a lot to get to. As we said, Ojirama speaking yesterday. We won't talk a lot about this LSU-Arkansas game, but more players out for LSU. The SI piece finally came out from Dellinger on Kim Mulkey, and it is fantastic. Also shows a little love to the Jordy Culotta show. We appreciate that, Delly. And we will talk about that.
He could have, named it a local radio show.
No, he did name it.
He did.
Oh, what I read was on a local
look
radio
at you
show.
Who read the
His
footnotes.
name is in there.
I know. Okay, I'm not throwing shade. I'm saying he said on a local radio show, host Jordy Culotta said, it made it could it was very ambiguous as to what he's doing now. It could have a lot of people that read that could have harkened back to a previous position.
I appreciate that. I
see you, Lloyd. I see you.
Annotate that thing. Say throw the link in there. Send people our way. No big
we
deal.
really attacked you just now.
I know. I mean, hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, we're all on the same team here.
I know.
One thing we can all agree on is that we don't want to cross Kim.
No.
Jesus.
Ain't nobody want to cross Kim, bro.
That was a lot of info.
She has billionaire shaking.
Yes, she does. Like, no comment. The guy was like, nah, I'm good. You know what?
But she's still here.
I just can't believe we had named a street after her.
She's telling give her something.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sakes, though. I mean, that is... that is just the power struggle of... those types of roles, man. I mean, the ridiculousness of not recognizing Kim Mulkey at Baylor women's basketball is amazing. That would be like saying, who's Billy Cannon? You know what I mean? Like, who is... Who's Shaquille O'Neal? You know what I mean? Who's some of, like, the titans? Who's Kevin Falk? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean, you smart ass? He's only the one that really resurrected the life of this place.
You take a walk.
You know what I mean?
You walk around the building and ask that
Somebody
question.
give me the documentary of Baylor basketball, Baylor women's basketball up to the year 2000. Then tell me the documentary from 2000 on and what it looks like. What's the one common denominator? Name the floor after her, for God's sakes. I mean, what a joke. What a joke. I mean, all she wants is the floor named after her? That's it? That's all she wants? She's brought you 3 national championships and put you on the map and stayed at Baylor when it was turbulent at best. She was the face, the hope, the life of that place for a long time.
She's the only reason they were relevant.
She really was.
For 10 plus years.
She really was.
5 years, I would say, like even with all her success. But when they went through the doldrums, what was going on at Baylor, there was one shining light you could point to, and it was like, especially if you went to Baylor or was involved in that community, it's like, well, at least it's ladies basketball season. We know we're going to be good, and we know we're on the up and up. And that was the only thing they had to look forward to. And that was Ross Dellinger did a great job of writing that piece, and then to shine the light like that, because it couldn't have just been, I want to come home. That's the easy answer. But when you really dive in and see what that stuff was, it's like, dude, she was kind of like, get me the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's a power struggle. It's a power struggle.
And it goes to show, that sounds like old LSU. And now to have someone like Woodward in place to realize, not only to have the forethought and the vision to see, she hates it over there, it seems like. Let me give her a call. But to then have the hands-off approach, like, look, you want the court named after you? We'll name the court after you. You want new facilities? You want a new office? You can go stay in the office that only Saban has ever occupied.
With a wet bar in it.
With a wet bar. Pull up to Tiger Stadium with a remote control clicker.
Slick.
That seems like a dream.
That is awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Woodward will give you all of that because he understands the importance of what you bring to the table, as if, like, Aliva's not doing that for anybody. He wouldn't even do that for himself.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows the juxtaposition of where LSU was, because it seems like Aliva and that administration was what Baylor is right now, where they're more concerned about themselves than they are about the program.
Yeah.
And it looks as if Jay Johnson, after we just talked to Cody Worsham, you see there after a #1 recruiting class pulled in by Johnson on his first cycle. I mean, the future looks fantastic when you think about the baseball program. Obviously, Kim Mulkey is a Hall of Fame coach. When you look at the women's basketball program, very impressive class that she brought in yesterday. when you look at her first recruiting class. I mean, she went all over the place. She got the number 1 and number 4 players in Dallas. I mean, just to give you an idea, her ties in Texas and how much her voice still means over there in the Texas area. I can't wait to watch her teams play. I love watching her teams play. They had an opening day win the other day as well versus Nichols as they played the matinee. They had the 11 a.m. kickoff as they opened up the Maravich Center to school kids across the city. But Wade's back at it on Friday night with the LSU men's basketball team.
Going again?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go again. And then Kim Mulkey and the women's basketball program are back on it tonight as they'll play UL Lafayette. I believe that is at the Maravich Center. Yes, it'll be at the Maravich Center.
It's an arena.
No. I'm sorry. Scratch that. I messed that up. They play again on Sunday. Then they play next Thursday. They'll play UL. So this Sunday they play Florida Gulf Coast. And they don't play again until Thursday. So women's basketball up and rolling and men's basketball up and rolling as well. We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet.
I get more into the sandwich debate. The best bite.
Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Mark Pop Norman. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find them locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. GoFlow IV and Spa, 7970 Jefferson Highway is where you can find them, or you can simply go online to goflowiv.com. GoFlow IV Spa is a medical spa that specializes in IV hydration with vitamin infusion. At GoFlow IV Spa, they can help you with a wide range of issues, from skin care to illness recovery, athletic performance, hangover cure, chronic illness, and even chronic dehydration. GoFlowIV.com or stop in and see them, 7970 Jefferson Highway. True Blue Water, true hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU bluewater.com. Or welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Ghost Chevrolet. Might have something cooking here. Yeah, we might have something cooking here, boys and girls.
Put your seatbelt. Put the little head in the big head.
Might be making our way into that private jet that keeps going back and forth from Baton Rouge to Norman. Stick around here. Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Ghost Chevrolet. Good to see you out there. Thanks for starting your day with us. Make sure and hit that like button. If you want to dislike, go ahead.
Stop. No,
hit the bottom thumb. Hit the thumbs down. Panamsky is here. Good to see you, Derek. Good morning.
Did you not see the news?
But what?
YouTube is taking down the fact that you can see the number of dislikes. So
for people like me that it hurts, like they
don't want to know how badly you can still thumbs down. No, but
you can still see the thumbs up, so they only want you to see
the it's a participation trophy.
Oh, gross.
So we can
embrace
revel.
The hate. We love the hate.
I want to see how many people hate this show.
Take away the good thumbs.
So you can still thumbs down, but you can't see how many people actually absolutely hate the show. So that's unfortunate.
It's only one or two usually.
But now we won't even know.
Oh, God. Here comes Cody Boudreaux again wanting to know about Dune.
Ask Lincoln Riley about Dune.
Cody,
that's the pilot.
Awesome. Cody, we're talking to you tomorrow live.
Sheesh.
Cody, you call in. We will do a Dune segment.
Tomorrow. We're
He's got to be scraping the ashtray for these donations at this point, right?
Dude, you don't know Boudreaux's life. That man, I think he worked on Dune. I think he was in the movie. It must have done well.
I feel like he was the lead character the way that he donates to the show. We appreciate it, buddy, very much.
If you send the first book, I'll read 15 pages a night.
I mean, clearly they're amazing.
Clearly.
Right?
Is he podcasting? Like, are you listening to an audiobook? Or is he reading?
I don't know. Me, personally?
No, him.
Cody?
I hope he's read the books.
I think he's probably read the books. I think he knows everything about Dune.
I mean, if he hadn't read the books...
This would be an all-time ploy.
An all-time upset.
Book club, right?
An all-time
Book
upset.
club. Dune.
The official YouTube show of Dune.
Okay, I have another question for y'all. Do y'all feel like different waters taste different? Different brands of water?
Like bottled water?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, y'all do?
What's the alternative?
Like tap water. I mean, that
taps?
definitely tastes different. Like New Orleans tap tastes different than
Don't
here.
drink that one.
I hate New Orleans tap. I love Baton Rouge tap.
They said that Baton Rouge has the best water in the state.
It does.
They do say
Not
that.
in the state.
In the country.
In the country.
Like one of the top in
For
the
a
country.
while there, it was like the second purest water, like behind Boulder, Colorado, I want to say.
Which just seems like it would definitely be the purest,
Definitely. I mean,
right?
I feel like I would drink water out of the
stream.
stream.
Yes.
So, I mean, just kind of like get
Like
down
a
below the
deer.
stream and just funnel drink it like a beer bottle.
Just like that.
So
would you be able to tell the difference? And this is clearly a plug with our True Blue water. I love the taste of their water, but the kids didn't.
They do have great
me.
water.
They have great tasting
really
water,
do.
and those bottles are great. I could tell the difference. We lined up different waters and did a taste test because they didn't believe me, and I could tell the difference. Like I think some water tastes awful. I love Dasani, and I feel horrible for that because people act like it's gonna kill you. So I never buy
plastic
it.
in it.
I don't know what's in it, but it makes it taste so good.
So that's what it is. You're addicted to that certain taste. It's like
I don't know what it is.
It's like
a sodium thing or something.
I don't know. It's like Burger King. If you like the Burger King burger, they drop that little smoke on there. So you're it's that smell and taste that some people love. So maybe that's what you have with the water.
My uncle orders his Whopper and always have. And I haven't eaten a Whopper in a long time. But if I had to go
Never have.
You've never eaten a Whopper?
No.
Oh my!
So you just pretended
I
to know.
I don't even think I've eaten at Burger King.
Flame broiled, baby.
Yeah, right.
That's what they say on the commercials. That's their thing, right?
You've never
smell it.
eaten at Burger King?
No, I haven't.
Ever? That's a long time.
Well, I take that back. No, I take that back. The one time I did was that chicken sandwich that we talked about in college that I bit into and all the guts and blood came
No, that was
out.
McDonald's.
No, that was Burger King.
Oh,
that was the only time.
The long boy?
That was No, it was just a regular grilled chicken sandwich. That was the only time, so I'm sorry. First and last time.
So that's the
Burger
reason
King.
then.
I'm sorry to Burger King, but I hadn't before then, and that was in college. I don't know. Maybe there wasn't one where I lived. Really,
it seems like the blood and guts kind of turned you off of Burger King.
Blood and guts definitely turn me off of any
that
grilled chicken
you.
breast.
Yeah,
I don't bite into any grilled chicken breast from anywhere now.
I believe the Whopper would be the.
No, what's the uncle's order?
He's a Whopper, or this is about a decade ago. I haven't eaten at Burger King in a long time, but if I was to
Go back.
put in type of if I was to grade fast food burgers, to me the Whopper would be the #1 overall pick.
Really?
Absolutely.
Do I need to get a
Jordan, do you have
Whopper?
any input on this?
Are you not listening again?
Are you talking about the Whopper?
I'm just talking about fast
Where do you go?
food burgers as far as draft picks go. I would put the Whopper like over the Big Mac or over the chicken sandwich or over whatever Wendy's big burger is. What's Wendy's play?
does not make the cut.
Wendy's doesn't even make the cut. See, to me, Wendy's has the best spicy chicken sandwich out
yeah.
there,
Well, I thought we were talking about
including
burgers.
including
Yeah, we're-
Popeyes and Chick-fil-A.
whoa,
Yes.
whoa,
Are we talking about
At me.
sandwiches?
Really?
At me. At me.
I wouldn't know because I don't bite into grilled chicken sandwiches. But
No, I'm not
I
talking about no
mean,
grilled chicken sandwich. I'm talking about a
Or fry.
spicy
I'm
chicken,
sorry,
fried
chicken
chicken
breast
sandwich,
sandwich.
from a
None.
fast food restaurant. I'm talking about Wendy's is the number 1 overall play there. But I got off topic. Off to the burgers. Like a Big
Yes,
Mac,
burgers.
a Whopper, any type of cheeseburger, whatever you want to think of, a Sonic burger.
Sonic is
Man,
number
I don't-
one.
I don't
Sonic
think-
have really good burgers.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's a
you
phenomenal
can't go
cheeseburger.
wrong with the McDonald's OG cheeseburger
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Some
But
people are.
but if you're giving me a draft order and you're drafting and you've got the first pick and you're not selecting again until 10, there's going to be 9 selections in between the next time you get to select. You've got one of these. You've got to hit. You got to knock this thing out the park. You're just going basic
Scott
cheeseburger
Woodward.
from McDonald's.
Yeah, man.
just nothing. Just like
Dude, he's
meat and
playing. He's
cheese.
playing it safe. He's the
Dude,
GM that wants to
so
keep
you
his
want
job.
Billy Napier?
He wants the left tackle.
He wants Napier.
Yes.
I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it simple. That's
You
what
just,
I like.
You don't go Big Mac. You just go
I've never had a
I
Big
go
Mac
2.
either.
I get the double order.
2 double cheeseburgers.
Mm-hmm.
Special sauce. That's the
You
cheapest.
kinda
mean the
respect
double
it.
cheeseburger that's like cheeseburger, single patty? Or a double
Five Guys
cheeseburger?
does
Yeah.
not count for fast food. That
I
is
agree.
correct. I
I
agree.
agree.
I agree.
Because that's
Fast
the winner
food,
far and away.
Five Guys is off the board.
Okay.
Okay.
Atomic burger count.
We have just confirmed this at 8:45 this morning. Chris Sadler, who is a mutual friend or has a mutual friend of ours, is the pilot of the house of the plane that is going back and forth between Norman, Oklahoma, and Baton Rouge. He has a house in Norman where his wife is from and charters jets every other week and flies up there and back. He is going to be on this show at 8:45 this morning. We will ask him if one of those charters held Scott Woodward and or Lincoln Riley. So this is not the LSU jet that we're tracking?
That's
Is
what
he
I was
gonna
wondering.
tell
I
us,
don't
though?
know.
He's going to tell us this?
I don't know.
Hilarious.
But we have
If-
now gotten in to somebody who is flying these planes from Baton Rouge and Norman, and Chris Sadler, who is the pilot of this plane and a mutual friend. Can I say your name? Just let me know, yes or no. Just text back.
Scott.
Mutual friend. It has gotten us in touch with Chris Sadler, who is going to be here at 8:45. So maybe Lincoln Riley is not in play for LSU. If we're tracking, this is why I don't track jets, bro. This is why I don't
where
track
did the
flights.
jet go?
The jet went from from Norman, Oklahoma to Baton
Okay.
Rouge.
Okay.
Back to the burgers.
What?
8:45 this
You're
morning.
still-
Ask
around.
Chris. He's like, dude, the pilot. He's probably done more fast food than anybody if he's ever flown commercially.
We'll
I'm
ask him.
sure. Yeah,
We'll ask
I'm
him.
saying,
We
he
will
can
ask him.
end this debate.
We will ask him. Spread the word. Put that on social media. Get this out.
Noah's still.
Noah is
Noah's
upset that we're talking about burgers without him.
Chris Sadler, Noah,
sorry,
step away
Noah.
from the Kleenex box and tweet this out, bro. Chris Sadler, who is the
He is
pilot,
young.
the pilot of the plane flying from Norman to Baton Rouge that has been tracked over the last 48 hours, will be here at 8:45 this morning.
Did the friend respond? Can you tell us who it is?
No, he has
Okay.
not responded yet.
Okay.
We all agree that Five Guys is off the board.
Do we? Because
Do-
you can't drive through it.
That would
what
take it off of
constitutes-
fast food.
That
Okay.
takes it out of fast
would
food.
take it
and
out of
the
fast
So
food.
In and Out.
The
then.
price point.
In and Out.
In and Out would be in.
That's fast food.
In and Out would be
That's
in.
The one.
In and Out would be
That's
in.
my pick. I've never had a Big Mac either though.
In and Out is good. A little overrated, but not their own fault.
Lane Kiffin play.
But,
Right.
I respect your play.
But
Good
better
play.
than McDonald's, Wendy's, Sonic.
So Billy-
you have to admit that, right?
yeah.
So Billy Napier and Lincoln Riley have been taken off the board with the double cheeseburger order from Jordan Peck. and the In-N-Out burger from Katie. That is the Billy
who's
Napier
In-N-Out, then?
and Lane Kiffin.
Oh, God, no.
Yes.
Jordy,
That's what
no.
you
got.
That's
You
not
went
what I
flash,
no
had.
substance.
Eat your In-N-Out
No.
burger and love it.
That's
Who do you
right.
order?
Me and
Yeah,
I'm a
who
dude.
do you order?
I think this-
Lester Abear brings up a good point. Steak and Shake
Steak and
hamburgers are
Shake,
really
okay.
good. And there's a
Okay,
Steak and Shake
Lester.
in Mandeville
Yes,
that you
there
can stop
is.
at in
I
that
stop
shopping
at it.
center. And it is tough to pass there without getting a either a malt and or a burger. I put my fries on the burger. I have found that Steak and Shake has the best fries for putting on burgers
Do you dip the
in the
fries
market.
in-
That's another
Donor.
side. That is another side top 5 that we can get to if you'd like to.
chips or fries if you had
Steak
one.
and Shake is a good one.
Chips on a sandwich or fries on a burger? Which one if you had to
Chips
pull
on
one?
chips on a sandwich.
Do you
Yeah,
dip
I
your
agree.
fries in your Frosty
Yes.
or milkshake? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't, but I've seen it and I don't hate it.
You-
I respect it.
I wish I could do it. I wish I was doing
You
that.
can do it,
respect it.
Jordy. You can
I
do
respect
it.
it.
Dude, the best dip you can do is obviously chocolate shake, Cajun fry. Go to like a Checkers, Rallies, anything like that, and dip that a little heat with a little sweet. Chef's kiss.
Jimmy Magoo, I miss Fast Track. Jordan, you were around. You were from Baton Rouge. Have you ever eaten Fast Track?
I don't have a clear enough memory
Bro,
of it.
on Segan Lane, on the corner of Segan Perkins, that little building that sits in the middle of that parking lot with the DMV and Calandros
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
behind the Exxon, that used to be a Fast Track.
That's
Right
the name
there.
of the restaurant? Fast Track?
It was an old it was an old restaurant. And then Dr. Hill, who owns Jefferson Shopping Center, like where Carriages is and where all that stuff is.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Dr. Hill. He opened up a little local Fast Track hamburger joint that was incredible. I mean, it was unbelievable. In fact,
Why did it
Jimmy,
close?
because I think they just sold them off, and
So
they
it was
just
like
kind
a
of lost
chain?
passion for them.
They're still in New Orleans, right?
Oh,
No.
Never even heard of this
No. You're
place.
thinking of Rallies, bro.
Oh, right.
I want to say, somebody correct me if I'm wrong here. On your way to the Sunshine Bridge, there is a Texaco right before you get on the bridge coming from Baton Rouge. I believe that would be Highway 49. That's not Highway 49. 49 goes to Alexandria and Shreveport. Whatever highway that is, going to the Sunshine Bridge, there is a Texaco with a restaurant inside of that Texaco, and I swear, I think it's a Fast Track. And I think it's still the last Fast Track standing, and they have curly fries. They have curly seasoned fries
Seasoned
that
curls.
were game-changing back in the day. And as far as the basic burger went, Billy Napier over there, the cheeseburger was untouchable. It was untouchable. And they had a sandwich called the Big O.
Oh,
Really?
imagine how that would play now. God, he missed it 5 years of the Big
no.
O.
And they sold it as the Big O. And it was the best. It was the number one pick.
was a
but
burger?
they're off the board because they're in the graveyard.
And we can only
Unless they
Right.
still
Still had to have
exist
that one.
in Donaldsonville by the Sunshine
Wait,
Bridge.
Lester says there's a Fast Track off Williams and Kenner.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Fast Track. What do you mean?
Well, I know some people drop the K on those things, like the gas station,
Drop
like the
the
racetrack.
K?
Racetrack. Do you see a K on that?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm sorry again. God,
Yeah,
I just
it-
feel like I really keep apologizing to you.
You should.
I should. I'm wrong.
Attacking me
I'm
when
sorry.
I'm over here
yeah,
coming
I
with
didn't, I didn't
facts.
think about
Just,
it.
yeah, I mean,
but
Katie.
I'm
know.
about to get a Will
Capri-
Wade
yeah.
on you. Put all those apologies. We're the
Okay.
bad boys of the league.
I'm
man.
about to pull a Capri Sun out over
All
here.
right.
Let's see what happens.
don't threaten me.
Rocket Drive in Jennings
Never heard of it.
has a Fast Track. Are you kidding me? It was called the Big Original. Jimmy, it was called the Big O. Is what it was called.
So there's
buddy.
one in Ponchatoula as well, a Fast Track.
Um,
That's what Jimmy says.
no love for Frost Top. Can you drive through a Frost Top?
No, but I don't think it's good. I don't like the burger. I don't.
Potential sponsor.
Wow.
Really?
Frost Top. Oh,
I mean, I've only had it one time, but I had high
The
expectations.
Lane Kiffin
I think.
burger lover.
Yeah,
hates,
she's
hates-
bougie.
Shut
Bougie as
up.
hell.
Yeah.
I do
Right.
not want to
Bougie as
be
hell.
compared to Lane
What's
Kiffin.
the,
How
Pick someone
predictable?
else.
How predictable that you would hate Frost Top, Lane.
What's the Baton Rouge burger here? That is
Dearman's.
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 Never had it.
Oh my God! What?
I've heard that. I didn't know it existed. I'm not from here. I'm a
Jordan, You've
transplant.
had Dearman's, right?
Where is Deer?
Oh, y'all are hurting my
Are you
feelings.
from Baton Rouge?
I know what's happening.
Born and raised.
Are you really? And you've never been to Dearman's?
I don't even know where it is.
Oh,
Worth
I
the
feel
trip?
Sad for y'all. Yes,
Hell yeah,
it's worth the trip.
Great
The thing
fries
that
on a
makes
burger.
it so
Got
good-
great fries on a burger place.
The grill is, well, it used to be before it burned down. The grill was so old, but I think they kept it that it would crispy around the edges of the meat because that old ass grill they've been cooking on, not cleaning it for years. That's what does it.
Well, you knew what you were signing up for.
Yeah, well, that's what you want. You want that little bit of seshimi on there to get, a little griddle.
I wanted to buy it after when it burned down and open it back up.
Lester Abear says Dearman's is better than Five Guys. It's a hell of a debate.
It's
a hell of a debate. I don't think that it's as clear cut as something like Inga's versus AM Mart, but it is definitely a debate that is worth having. I think that you still kind of get the local appeal in Dearman's, and the burger is good. But I do think that the Five Guys, if there was an argument, I'm not saying that that it's better, that I do think that it rivals it.
Where is Dearman's?
Dearman's is in that same shopping center that we talked about, the Jefferson Highway Shopping Center on the corner of Old Hammond and Jefferson. Dr. Hill was who started Fast Track. I mean, it all comes full circle.
Wait, have y'all had the burger at Maxwell's? That's a good burger, and it's huge.
No, but we've got to stop shouting out people that are not paying.
Oh.
Yeah, no free ads here. No free ads.
Everybody we talked
about
we
were talking about fast food.
Fast food.
All right.
This is probably not a fast food.
I can get us in at Maxwell's. I know some people that work there.
Yeah, okay. Until then, we could just consider them Project X.
Right. Yeah. Insert name here.
Right.
If we want to stick to fast food, so In-N-Out does not count. It's fast casual, right? And I would throw.
No, it does count. You drive through it.
Yeah, drive through gets you in.
I know, but the line is always very long.
Oh my God, that doesn't matter. So's Chick-fil-A. It's wrapped around the damn building.
Yeah, but
no burger. They're off the mark.
Yeah, they're off the mark. I'm just saying because it ruins the debate. Because if I put In-N-Out on the poll, everybody's going to flock to In-N-Out. So I wanted to keep it Burger King, Sonic, Wendy's, McDonald's. Just for posterity's sake, because if we put In-N-Out
abbreviation on McDonald's,
yeah, I mean, he's earned the right, dude. He's earned the right.
Wow.
The Don has been around for over 1 billion burgers sold. If you look at any placard they put up,
we get it. We see it on every sign.
I don't even like McDonald's.
Give me the count over the last decade.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Those numbers are creeping up on you.
That billion. You wish you had that.
McDonald's is in a recession.
No doubt they are.
That's why they had to get in the spicy chicken game.
They had to get in every game.
Yeah, every game.
Every game.
Fish.
Yeah, right. Yogurt.
Ice
cream.
You want some good coffee?
Granola.
The ice
burn
cream
yourself
machine's
on
always
coffee?
broken.
Should we open up at 5?
There's a website that tracks every working ice cream machine at McDonald's.
Sure there is.
So you can go check and make sure yours is working if you're ever in the need for a McFlurry.
I'm sure there is.
McFlurry or Blast from Sonic? Because Dairy Queen's the GOAT.
Dairy Queen is the GOAT.
McFlurry. McFlurry's
You go Oreos or mini M&Ms?
Mini M&Ms.
I go Butterfinger.
I like Butterfinger too.
I go Butterfinger.
Butterfinger.
They don't
Blizzard.
do that at McDonald's.
Oh yes, they do.
Do they really at McDonald's?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I like a Butterfinger Blizzard.
For sure.
Yeah, Butterfinger would be the choice every day, but they don't. No, you have 2 choices at McDonald's. You have mini M&M and you have Oreos.
Remember when they did the
crushing
Rolo
up Butterfinger
McFlurry?
I
there?
think you're wrong there. Jordan, can you back me on this?
Well, they do different things. They did a Rolo McFlurry
No.
special
no,
one
you
time.
cannot. But you can just.
But
You even know what we're talking about?
yeah, Butterfinger McFlurries. I like them. Sonic Blast is the way to go, but I'm butthurt about McFlurries and Blast because they only give you half the candy. Like they only fill it up halfway.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of candy. You're right.
You can ask for double.
But you know, in my 38
Can?
years
I've never
of
done it.
enjoying Sonic, I finally learned that you got to push the candy down first, and that way it kind of equalizes your Blast experience.
See, Sonic gets away with the Blast. Sonic gets away with the whipped cream on top. They get to fill you up with that, and you don't want any of that filler. I kind of scoop that out. I'll take a little of it, but that's where they get you. That's how they're making their money.
Yeah.
Nothing beats a TCBY shiver
You're right.
at all.
Is there a TCBY anywhere?
And they've closed them all here in the
No,
market. There's
I think
one
there
in
is one.
There's one in New Orleans, I know for sure.
I think there's
There was
one
one in
here, Jordy. I
Alexandria
feel like
back in
I
the
saw
day.
one.
There was one in that shopping center that we keep referencing.
There
but that one
was.
closed.
Dude, this was the fast food GOAT. You could get your fast track burger and get you some little
Candy
TCBY.
shot.
The shiver. What's the shiver?
It's similar to the. Or is it Blizzard?
No, it's Shiver. It's Shiver.
At the
The
parfait.
shiver
It's
would be.
yogurt.
It would be like the McFlurry or the Blizzard. It was like they put it in the thing and they scramble it. You know what I mean?
Any of the toppings that you could put on yogurt, you could put in
Right,
the
and then
Shiver.
you can shake some Butterfinger in there and drop some honey in there and put
You ever
some.
had a cheesecake Shiver with Butterfinger in it?
God.
Just saying.
That sounds a little hearty.
That does.
God.
Damn.
There's a cheesecake flavored yogurt.
Just pour some milk on my cake and mix it up for you. Here you go, Grandma. Eat up. Yum. Don't put your teeth in.
So number 1 pick, Whopper. We all agree? No, it was your pick. Who are you picking?
See, I'm a big Sonic advocate. I think the Sonic burger, not only is it consistent every time they do I like a little thin patty, so you can go double if you want. I'm not a big double cheeseburger guy.
Do you take the bread off though, like a little bitch?
There's a time or two where I've done the working man sandwich and folded it over. But the consistency of what Sonic,
you prick, eat it all.
Eat your goddamn burger and be happy. I don't eat the rind on the orange. It's not necessary.
Wow,
that's so different.
Shelly Ruffino says TCBY opened a location, Burbank near Lee.
Yes, that's right.
Is that where you saw it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Sophie
you just
saw it. No,
yes?
she saw it and pointed it out to me. Yes.
Wow, that is great.
That's right.
That is great news. The one that used to reside in the LSU shopping center right past the Lions, right past LSU Avenue when you get to Highland Road right there, and you can turn right in that shopping center next to the gas station that has the Drunken Fish. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. There used to be a TCBY.
Can't talk about them.
Yeah, Project X. So who are you going with? Sonic?
Sonic is absolutely
Sonic Burger.
A Sonic Burger is my number one choice because of the
Dave
consistency.
Aranda off the board.
Yes, is what they put it out, and you know what you're getting every time, and it's fucking delicious.
Dave Aranda's off the board. So Lane Kiffin has been selected by
Why can't
Katie.
I be Jimbo?
Dave Aranda has been selected by Lloyd. Billy Napier was off the board with the cheeseburger selection by Jordan, which leaves me Jimbo and the Whopper, right? I mean, the Whopper of this conversation, it has to be Jimbo Fisher.
Might be the biggest fish also.
Could be the big one.
But that's my pick.
And the very
Jimbo
obvious number one choice. Yeah?
Lincoln. Well, that's the pilot.
Lincoln Riley's still on the board.
What would he be? Wendy's? I guess he would. What's the new? What's
Probably
the new?
So.
What's
he's
the
a dry fit guy. Wears Jordans, no collar.
He's a turkey burger.
Is he a visor guy?
Yes.
Ugh.
I hate a visor.
I don't know if I can get behind a visor guy.
Unless you're playing like golf or tennis.
Yeah, well,
I don't
that's
understand it.
But once
aside from that.
Are we down with our coach wearing a dry fit on the sideline?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm down with it. You got to be able to pull it off though.
Dude,
you know how many? You start getting some nubs up front, bro.
Yeah.
You get to a collar quick.
Get those weird nipples hanging.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
that's get
but
weird.
think of how many dry fits they're gonna sell if he starts doing that, because everybody's on the coach's polo.
No doubt about it.
Because that's what they have on the side. But if you could get something like this, where you got the dry fit, feel good,
just kind of
sleeves up,
little business casual.
And I'm dropping 60 on your head.
Absolutely.
And you're like, this guy's not even dressed for work. Oh,
I still remember the mock turtlenecks around town when Saban was here. Remember all the chumps that would wear the mock turtlenecks around town?
Like, they like
I thought of it before Saban. No, you didn't, bro. No, you didn't.
How far back in the closet did you go to get that?
They didn't even sell him in this market before he got here.
It's like Tiger Woods in the mock turtleneck with the short sleeve. Like people started wearing those after he did. You're like,
that's right.
You really have to be built like Tiger to pull that thing off with the short sleeve and a turtleneck. That's it. I have a couple.
Kingsbury still kills a dry fit.
Kingsbury is the best looking head coach I've ever seen.
It looks like a hanger. It looks like it's sitting on the hanger.
Perfect. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the shoulders are out. It's slim right here. I mean, it's like, bro, are you 40? How do you pull that dry fit off still like that?
I mean, I saw his house. I think I noticed how he stays skinny.
No socks guy.
No socks guy.
Yeah.
But is there where he plays, him being, I think that factored into his decision, him being in Arizona, able to rock the shades at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
He just looks like
outdoor venue.
And he's just dialing
Work
up.
on the tan. I'll never wear a hat.
No hat, only the sunglasses, little headset. Got Colt McCoy out there.
Just going 7-1.
7-1.
I love it. I'm a Kingsbury fan.
I hope that
the stories of him when he was the third string quarterback for the New Orleans Saints are legendary.
I had to leave town.
Legendary.
I didn't get cut. I had to go.
Legendary.
Ruined lives.
Personally invited to Jessica Simpson and Britney Spears' tour bus when they were Jessica Simpson and Britney Spears, like in their prime. Britney was on Pepsi commercials.
Kid around
and had Cliff hanging out in the tour bus. After he had just gotten out of Jessica's.
I'll be back. And who's the backup dancer? It was him.
Yeah, right. That was Aaron Brooks. It was on that team.
Why is it dark now?
It feels like it's about to storm.
I feel scared.
All right, we're going to talk to this pilot here, which is going to be, I think, groundbreaking stuff here. I think we're either going to find out if Lincoln Riley is a candidate for this job or not here.
Or that guy just went to visit his wife in his house in Oklahoma.
Come on. Yeah, right. No, you didn't. Quit lying, Chris. Come with the truth.
Are you wearing a dry fit right now?
Are you a visor guy, Chris, or not?
Did answer that and hang up.
BG Landwall says, have you ever heard of Mr. Beast Burger? Anybody around the room?
Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast Burger.
Say it. What are you saying, Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast.
Beast. Like a
burger.
Quincy Wiggins.
So the restaurant is called Mr. Beast.
He said, "Have you had a Mr. Beast burger
No.
yet?" I have not.
I have not.
But it does not sound like fast food.
It doesn't.
That is the line of delineation we have to draw, and that's what I think.
But also, does it have to be Baton Rouge fast food? Because if that's the case, In-N-Out.
Yeah, that's what I would think. That's how these people.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't have to be exclusive to Baton Rouge.
I'm not putting In-N-Out on the poll.
Aww.
Wendy's, McDonald's, Sonic, Burger King. Ask your community.
I would have to pick Wendy's out of that then.
Wendy's doesn't have a great burger, but it has a good burger.
Yeah, I would have to pick that one.
It does.
Another safe choice.
Wendy's solid.
Yeah, they're safe. They
do
the
square.
The square patty, which is a clear indicator of frozen. But you all know what you're signing up
Everything's frozen.
Not Cane's?
Not fresh, never
we're
frozen.
Talking about burgers, damn it. You already said that.
No.
Would Cane's ever do a chicken burger? Grind that thing up?
They have a sandwich.
I know, but you just make the patty, bread it in the...
Ugh.
Why does that gross you out? You've never seen ground chicken before?
Bird eating.
Yeah, that's like a McDonald's chicken sandwich, right? They're chicken nuggets.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh,
y'all, did y'all hear that thunder and stuff?
What was that?
Did something blow like a transformer?
Easy over there.
Still online. We're still online.
We can't even say blow anymore.
Whistle while you work.
Or suck.
Daily, we're brought to you by GoFlow. GoFlow. How's everybody feeling?
So good.
I feel great.
Did you just get here? Did you just leave GoFlow?
Dude, it was
it
was unbelievable. Whenever y'all left, he still wasn't halfway through. Like, we'll stick it out. We'll give him something, somebody to talk to.
Oh, man, so mine went down in like 10 minutes.
I mean, Ro and I swallowed that thing up. It was unbelievable.
Ro.
Hungry veins.
It feels so good.
Ro has got to be on some world record stuff there. I mean, even the nurses were kind of like standing at the doorway, kind of like whispering and texting.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like,
Man, I missed
you should see this guy and the veins on this guy. He's slurping up this thing.
I don't know if I even put it in the right place. It's going down so quick.
GoFlow IV. We were all there yesterday as a team. Hopefully you saw the social media. GoFlowIV.com is where you check them out online. GoFlowIV.com, GEAUX, FlowIV.com. That is Baton Rouge's premier medical spa, specializing in IV hydration treatments with vitamin infusion. Check them out online at GoFlowIV.com. If you suffer from chronic dehydration, athletic performance that you're looking to replenish electrolytes and vitamins after your workout, get in touch with them over at GoFlowIV, online at GoFlowIV.com. You can also check them out at 7970 Jefferson Highway. That's where they're located. And you can find them online at GoFlowIV.com. If you need a hangover cure, help with an illness, chronic illness, GoFlow. Check out the social media from yesterday, as you can get membersps.
Does it make you look like that? Look at those legs.
3 months, 3 months,
Those are bird
6
legs.
months.
Look at the thighs on that guy.
Look like Jordan Peck from behind. At the back of your head?
Mm-hmm.
You paying attention?
No.
What is he doing? What are you doing?
Grab the football and come stretch out over here if you're going to nap.
For like an hour.
Do you feel like you slept better because of the GoFlow? Because I did. I got a nice hydration.
Really?
Felt like rested. Felt just good. I peed a ton.
Yeah.
All day.
There's a lot of liquid going into you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Katie.
I was up. I was up very early.
Because of GoFlow?
Yeah, I think it was.
You got the glow.
Or it could be game day, and I could be stressed.
I think that's what it is.
I got that shot too, so that kind of amped me up.
Yeah.
What was the shot?
Where was the shot?
Right in my hip.
Oh, I thought it was a glute.
No, like right here.
Okay.
Wow.
It's called the skinny shot. I think it's like B12 and some like metabolism boosting stuff. Lloyd really wanted it, but he just didn't want to say it.
I will say I want to go again so I can kind of like develop some consistency and you know.
Yeah, you'll feel good.
Right.
Oh yeah.
If you go consistent.
They do membership plans.
It doesn't work on the first time.
Right.
Was that good for you?
Right. All right, we'll be back here. We're going to talk to the pilot. We're going to get some clarification on if Lincoln Riley was on that jet yesterday. It will be compliments of Chris Sadler, who is the pilot of the flight that keeps going back and forth from Norman, Oklahoma to Baton Rouge. The story goes that they have a house there. We don't believe him. We'll make him tell us next here, connected to a lie detector. Jordy Culotta Show, presented by Go Chevrolet every day.
Would LSU buy a house just to keep the story straight?
Could.
Hell of a tease.
B. Shaw says Mr. Beast Burger.
Hebert's Specialty Meats, home to the finest boudin in South Louisiana. 2 spots right here in Baton Rouge and out in Prairieville. Stop in and see them in the Dutchtown Shopping Center on Highway 73 or right here in Baton Rouge on Jefferson Highway. Online, abearsmarkets.com, and they're all over social media. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. Hebert's combines perfect seasoning with that authentic Cajun flavor. Find out for yourself. Baton Rouge on Jefferson Highway and in Prairieville on Highway 73. abearsmarkets.com. GoFlow IV and Spa, 7970 Jefferson Highway is where you can find them, or you can simply go online to goflowiv.com. GoFlow IV Spa is a medical spa that specializes in IV hydration with vitamin infusion. At GoFlow IV Spa, they can help you with a wide range of issues, from skin care to illness recovery, athletic performance, hangover cure, chronic illness, and even chronic dehydration. GoFlowIV.com or stop in and see them, 7970 Jefferson Highway. Hebert's Specialty Meats, home to the finest boudin in South Louisiana. 2 spots right here in Baton Rouge and out in Prairieville. Stop in and see them in the Dutchtown Shopping Center on Highway 73 or right here in Baton Rouge on Jefferson Highway. Online, abearsmarkets.com, and they're all over social media. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. Hebert's combines perfect seasoning with that authentic Cajun flavor. Find out for yourself. Baton Rouge on Jefferson Highway and in Prairieville on Highway 73. abearsmarkets.com. Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Mark Pop Norman. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find them locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more.
Parentheses Whopper. How about losing? The Ducks are
Take
in trouble.
that pole down.
Do it again. Put In and Out up there. Put Dearman's.
Start again. That's all right. Sleep on the Whopper. You'll be getting the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, let Jordy's uncle order it for you. It comes with a $100 bill sandwiched in there.
So anyway, that's how I got there. Was that my uncle orders his Whopper with no microwave.
What do you mean, no microwave?
I've never heard of it.
What does that mean?
Did he work there before?
I don't know if he's worked there before or somebody that worked there tipped him off that I would order your burger without the microwave.
Like, don't put it in the microwave?
I guess in preparation. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Did it eat it cold?
No, that's not what Burger King's doing over there. They have like that.
I've watched flame broiled, baby.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Never had one.
Never had one. I know they're damn flame broiled. I smell them all the time.
I saw one on the YouTube short of how they do it. It's actually very interesting. They put it in like this flame broiled thing that takes like 35 seconds, but it's not. I don't know if they microwave it after. I guess to melt the cheese, but maybe it's hot enough to where you don't have to. But dude, maybe we should order 2 Whoppers, 1 non-microwaved, 1 microwaved, to mix them up and see if your uncle can tell the difference.
We need to go to all these places. You can video us and we'll order.
We'll do it blindfolded and do a taste test.
Yes.
I couldn't eat that many burgers in a sitting.
Remember, Daily, we're brought to you by RMB.
That's up to 1 full burger.
RMB's phone was blowing up yesterday.
Yeah, they are for handy jobs.
Yeah, you put them on the back pages.
He texted us and said we need to change the advertising wording. I'm getting too many calls for hand jobs. I was so nervous. I was waiting for that.
Got a lot of wrist work yesterday for the boys.
Like, man, we really went deep on that. I felt kind of bad for Rat.
Made his own carpenter jeans yesterday.
That's right.
That extra hole.
Showed up to a couple of calls and they were like, "Yeah, we need our deck redone in the extra service. How much?" They were like, "What? I heard of the podcast and y'all are handing out hand jobs. What's the deal?"
Did you say deck?
That sounds.
What's this extra 100 get me? RMB Builders, RMB-Builders. All right, we just got greenlit with our guy Chris Sadler, the pilot. Are we tracking his personal life? Are we tracking Lincoln Riley? We're about to find out here on the Jordy Culotta Show. I'm going to link up with him and be right back here. Go Chevrolet is water. True hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU, bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU, bluewater.com. That's all right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show as we are powered and driven by Go Chevrolet, GEAUX, Chevrolet.com, as the rain is starting to come down here on this Tuesday morning in South Louisiana. It's been crazy times around LSU sports. Obviously, Ed Ogeron was fired mid-season. Scott Woodward and Ed Ogeron had an awkward Sunday night interview where he was released in the middle of the season but told that he was going to coach the rest of the year out, which opened up a coaching search and has the LSU fan base obsessed about who's going to be next We are a part of that crowd, and yesterday we fell into the hole of tracking planes. We hate to admit that, but we were a part of the number that was looking at the flight log of a private jet from Norman, Oklahoma to Baton Rouge yesterday morning, and now we all knew that Lincoln Riley was soon to be announced the LSU head football coach. During our first segment this morning, we spoke about how that definitely was going to happen after yesterday's flight log, and then the balloon was popped by a mutual friend saying that was Chris Sadler's plane that was going back and forth to his home in Norman, Oklahoma. We have tracked down Chris Sadler here on the Jordy Culotta Show, whose plane has been traveling back and forth from Louisiana to Oklahoma. Chris, we will start with the obvious question. First and foremost, what is the best fast food burger?
The best fast food burger?
Yes, sir.
I have no idea.
You can't answer this. You can't answer the hard ones, Chris. Come on.
We went with Whopper at Burger King.
Y'all are breaking up on me.
Oh no, you were waking up. All right, we're going straight to Bluetooth. Hold tight. We're gonna link back up with you, Chris. Hold tight. Hold tight.
Hold tight. That thing's broken, man. The fucking vacuum, man. The vacuum got us on. Trying to. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. But we will be right back with you here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Do a little music and we'll pair to this Bluetooth and get this thing going.
I feel like Jordy's really pushing the Whopper. He's not really giving people a chance.
That's all you need to do to be a DJ.
I can maneuver this board like you wouldn't ever know, dude. That's his old hat.
I think you should hire Ward.
I could DJ.
Okay.
Do you have like the turntables? Can I like spin this thing around a little bit?
iPad.
Does it have like the app?
Mm-hmm. I'll equip you.
It's gonna be a bunch of picky bitches.
I'd imagine it would have to be a lot of Britney, right? Like, is that what the party is?
The party is trashy Britney, so.
I had to upgrade my library to be mainstream and all that stuff.
See, I don't know any of.
I had to cater to the masses.
There we go. We're rolling. I don't know any of the new hip hop.
I don't either.
I do.
That's why I can't do it.
All right, wait. Don't say it. Wait, don't say it. I'm about to ask you.
Okay. He's like, what's happening?
The perfect stall.
All right, welcome back. That was perfect timing. It gave our guy an opportunity to think about it, and Chris is back with us, the pilot of the plane. Chris, we were talking about burgers. What's your choice?
Well, in Oklahoma, there's a place called Brahms, a chain of Brahms that has their own ice cream, and they have a better burger than Sonic.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go with Brahms.
Sonic was leading
Sonic
our poll.
is leading our poll.
Wow, Chris, how weird has your life become over the last 48 hours?
It actually started before that. We were in Oklahoma. Let me clarify everything. Okay, so my wife is born and raised Norman, Oklahoma. She's a Sooner. Both my girls are Sooners, and we own a house there in Norman. And my youngest is a sophomore at OU.
Wow.
And so we've been going back and forth for a while now. But after they let Coach O go after the Florida game, we took the first flight back from Norman, and that's when people started telling me stuff on message boards that they're tracking. They're talking about these rumors of these flights coming back and forth between Norman and Baton Rouge. And so it started then, and then it just, as it goes on and on and on, it just starts escalating to where people whip themselves into a frenzy over, it's got to be Scott Woodward. It's got to be the agents. It's got to be this, that, and the other. And it's just me, my wife, and a little shih tzu named Sassy. And we're going to see our daughter. That's all it is.
So this is not the LSU jet.
No, it's not. It's wheels up. I use wheels up.
This is amazing.
And, yeah, and so it got on. I just got off the phone with
Scott Woodward,
with the sports animals in Oklahoma City, explaining it, and it went on there. They were tweeting about it and everything, and then my son-in-law's friend replied to him and told him it was me and to get over it. And so I got up this morning and cleared it up with them, and now I'm happy to clear it up with y'all that it's not Lincoln Riley, it's not their agents or Scott Woodward.
That is amazing. Chris Sadler, the pilot of the plane that has been going back and forth to Norman, Oklahoma to visit his daughters at their college. Is joining us. Yes, in a Shih Tzu.
Into a shit storm.
This is amazing. Chris Sadler joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. So, I mean, like, what has been the crazy? Like, is your phone blowing up?
Yes, it is. It started blowing up last night, this morning, and so I'm glad to clear it up, and I'm sorry I'm disappointing people, but you know, I have no clue where this coaching search is going, and I want to assure everybody I'm not involved in it.
He's like, please leave me
I know
alone.
nothing, and I'm not involved in it.
Damn it, Chris! Tell us who it is. Who's been on the plane, for God's sakes?
Have you seen Lincoln Riley around the hangar?
Oh, Lord. My dad says hello. Ricky Bearden says hello. Thank you very much for your time. This is exactly what we needed. This is exactly what the LSU fan base needed. Thank you very much, Chris.
Okay, Jordy. Y'all have a good one,
All right, man. Thank you very much. That is so good.
I think we need a time-stamped
That is
photo of the
so
Shih Tzu on the
good.
plane so we know for sure.
I couldn't even find a picture of the guy, so he could be lying, dude. He could be deep,
This
deep
could be a
sea
cover.
So there
planet
you hear it
undercover.
first, man. That is the Barry Seal of flights and coaching searches. Just put him on the radio and let him debunk all of the stories.
That's
Tell him they've got a
amazing.
Shih Tzu and his wife going back to see the kids.
Look at you fools tracking my Shih Tzu.
Like 130 more people started watching the show.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
so
then that's
good.
what they got. I was just going to visit my daughter.
Yeah, no,
Do we believe him?
Gerald
know.
Jr., I was late for work waiting on this information.
I'm sorry.
Take that back to your
Jr.
coworkers.
Go around the water
Lincoln
cooler.
Riley is off the board. You're done. Lincoln Riley is out.
That was amazing. Our numbers are just steady
That's
dropping
amazing.
Of
now.
course,
man.
of course.
It's so good.
Do we think he's lying?
No, I do not.
Yeah, he
No,
doesn't seem like a liar, right?
Well, that doesn't mean a thing.
Aw.
Oh,
He seemed really genuine.
of course he did. That's why he was hired to do this thing. If he was like, do we know anything about this man? I was trying to find him
No.
on the internet. There was a bunch of Navy stuff that popped up. Is he related? You know, there's a way for him to just kind of be sworn to secrecy here and say, look, I mean, I got 2 daughters and a Shih Tzu for a week, and that's it. Like, that's his story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's true. They could have paid him off.
I mean, Jordy didn't press him very hard.
What do you mean to ask him if he's on LSU's
Are you
payroll?
telling the truth?
I know,
Yeah,
this poor
right.
guy.
I mean, the guy
He's
is
probably like,
in,
leave me
dude.
be.
I mean,
So
leave
he
me alone.
lives in Baton Rouge.
His
Wife is from
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, and they just go back.
Well, they go back to see their kids.
Every weekend.
I mean, you know, some
I mean, I guess
moms-
if you're a pilot and you can just fly whenever, why
I mean,
not?
we can go to the game. We can go see them. We can go tailgate. I mean, think how many people that probably have planes fly into Baton Rouge to tailgate with their kids 8
I would.
Saturdays a year.
Yeah, I would.
So I bet it's probably worth being a pilot if you could get your hands on an aircraft.
I mean,
you
wheels
could
up.
just wheels up and
Yeah,
get out, just
you can.
skedaddle. I wonder how much cheaper it is to just do the plane without the pilot.
It's expensive. I mean,
And
the
Sadler is a
fuel's
very, I
expensive.
mean, he's a very successful businessman. He owned all the Cracker Barrels.
That's who he is.
In town.
I saw that pop up.
That's who he is. So, I mean.
Why didn't you say Cracker Barrel's best burger?
He
They like
doesn't have to
Cracker Barrel
anymore.
gas stations, right? Wait, are you talking about
sold
Cracker
'em.
Barrel gas stations or Cracker Barrel restaurants?
I believe the restaurants.
Okay, but we don't know.
That's
Can
not.
you own Cracker Barrel restaurants?
What?
I mean,
Somebody
sure.
has to own them.
Yeah. What do you
Cracker
mean?
Barrel? I don't know if it was a franchise.
It's run by the state.
Might as well be.
Beans or potatoes?
Have you ever played the game on the table at Cracker Barrel?
I've only been once.
The little triangle
Really?
thing.
Once.
Did
But
you get chicken
obviously
and
it-
dumplings when you went?
It's a breakfast spot, huh? Would you say?
They have chicken and dumplings.
That's not a breakfast food.
No, nobody said it was.
No, I'm just saying if you're going to Cracker Barrel, you're going for the breakfast.
Oh, are
you're
you?
not going for like if you're going to Cracker Barrel at like night or midday. It seems kind of.
I just thought it was a store.
And it's a store too.
Yeah,
They
it
have
does.
an
It
old
doubles up
country
as a store.
Sure does.
It's like an antique shop
I just go there to shop.
or like a trinket shop.
It is like a chicken shop. And
It's-
candy.
You know what it is?
You have a buggy?
It's real life QVC. They're feasting on old people
It
that are
is
like,
like
oh
that.
my, this is for my grandson. And it's like, meanwhile, I'm 50. Like I don't want your
It
trinket.
is like
Here's
that.
a wooden
Oh, not
pistol.
sorry. Retract all of that segment. He is not the restaurant owner. He's the convenience store.
That's what
Cracker
I
Barrel owner.
said.
That's
Which
even
there are
more
more
money.
of those.
Yeah, that's serious.
Good Lord.
Lord.
Sold it to Circle K. Their checks don't bounce. You know what I mean? Like,
Could
Why
you?
is he even using
that's a
Wheels
lot of
Up?
zeros.
He's
Clearly he
laughing
has
at
his own
Coach's
plane.
buyout.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bro, you're acting like
Y'all
that
think I'm
over
worried
30?
about some coaching search?
You think he can buy us a window unit?
For sure.
You can put a jet engine in here. We'd be fine.
Sold it to Circle K for $125 million.
Where are you getting all this information all of a sudden?
Sources.
$125 million. Why is he using Wheels Up? He's got his own plane. That's crazy.
Well, I think that is like having your own plane, right? Like
I
that's
guess you
having,
can just choose
that's
which
having your own.
ones,
That's
yeah.
like having your plane on demand.
Yeah, I guess it is. You
know
can
what I
choose
mean?
different
Like-
planes.
That's the peak of.
Bring me my jet
You're right. That's the peak of money, right? If you have a private
Sure.
plane, that's
Absolutely.
what everybody's trying to get to.
or a yacht. I mean, what is the
Yacht.
most inexcusable purchase, right? Like a boat. Like we know this thing's gonna break every time we take it out.
Ugh.
Still get the $2 million model, please.
Right. And
You know
bring
what I mean?
somebody with
Like-
it that knows how to work it.
Right?
Yeah, it's dumb
And
down
I'm
the
gonna need a
boat.
crew to run it.
Right. I
That's
can't
gonna
do
cost $500,000 a year.
that. And I don't want to hear from any of you ever.
Right.
Like,
and
don't.
when I want to go, I
Y'all
don't
better
want
be-
any excuses. I want that thing to be fired up and
Yeah.
ready to go.
Y'all are waiting on me.
Exactly.
Every
as soon as
time.
I give you the command, we're out.
5.
And then you don't have to clean it
Which I've become
afterwards.
a huge below deck Mediterranean fan, and I would just go park my yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean and look at Greece and Croatia for 2 weeks and fall off the grid if I
Absolutely.
had FU money. If I had Sadford type money, where I could, dupe everybody to think I'm in the coaching search. Meanwhile, I'm just on my private jet,
Going to get-
chilling on my Cracker Barrel winnings.
I'm going to give my Shih Tzu a bath. I'm
For
just gonna
2
fly
weeks
over.
every single year, I'm renting some type of yacht, some type of luxury boat that you cannot get in touch with me with only the people I care about, and falling off the grid, looking at Greece and Croatia for 2 weeks.
$125 million. No wonder he didn't have a clue about fast food cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
Dude, that
right?
guy.
You're falling in and out. I can't hear you.
on my iPhone 50 that I have, I can't seem to hear you. That man hasn't gone through a fast food line. In
I'm actually looking at
15
you
years.
virtually right now, yet I can't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
That AC does need some help now that I'm seeing it.
What's Odell going to do today? We're going to know by 3 o'clock.
He's going to go to Green Bay.
I think Green Bay's probably the play.
For the league minimum? If he does that, I would respect Odell a lot more.
Yeah.
If he does that, then it's legit of what Odell wants. And not to say if he comes to New Orleans, it's not, because I want you to come to New Orleans. I hope he does come to New Orleans. But if he goes to Green Bay for the league minimum for a chance to win alongside Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
look out.
know.
OBJ might be back. Odell Beckham Jr. might be OBJ.
How old is he? Do you know?
He's probably 28, 29.
He shouldn't be. There's the.
He's 2 knee injuries in, though.
That's what I'm concerned about. But that
And
shit-
his game is bouncy, is
It's athlete.
quick twitch, is running away from you.
It's
is
soccer.
Speed, yes. I mean, it is agility and speed and athleticism. And, the simple fact that Russell Westbrook can still run and jump like that is incredible. You saw what happened to Derrick Rose once his knees went out on him. You just lose that bounce.
What made you special?
Yeah. And that's kind of what OBJ's game is as a football player. I mean, he can jump over the top of a cornerback, make the play, come down, and then outrun everybody. That's what he was at his best.
He looks like what Jamar looks like now.
I don't
Like
know if he
that's-
can do that still. I mean, he would have to prove to me now that he can still do that. And if he went and took the league minimum and played alongside Aaron Rodgers, that would give me a lot of faith that he's probably closer to that than the end of his career.
When are we going to know? Today?
Today.
I think we know today. See, I would say the opposite. If he goes to the Saints, that's him proving that he still is worthy of being a number one. Like, I am that dude on your football team where you can throw it to me. Like, I need 15 targets because I'm a catch-all 15, and I take 2
Dude,
to the
if you
house.
put him alongside of Devontae Adams,
Right,
you
but
could
that-
not double one of those guys. If he is Odell Beckham Jr. and Aaron Rodgers is pulling the trigger, like they're the Super Bowl favorite tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if they go out in one game and he's the guy, like he's the dude, like he throws him a slant and he goes 55 yards or he makes a big play and pulls away from people, they become the Super Bowl favorite in Vegas immediately.
Green Bay-
Immediately. They're still probably a year or two away in New Orleans. You'd have to sell him on the fact that, hey, we're going to have to get you through the Trevor Siemian days, and there's a chance that we could pop. But, our ceiling is probably a second round out, first round out, and a
This
wild
year.
card. Yeah, this year. But potentially next year, you could either have Jameis back, or we might get in the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes, and that could be your quarterback for the next 5 years with Mike Thomas playing on the other side of you and Sean Payton calling your plays. You know, I mean, if you can get through the next 6 months and, you know, we can get you back to speed and we can show you the love and make sure that you're back and healthy and ready to go, then, you know, the future is going to be really bright. The now is in Green Bay. That's Absolutely. The immediate. And I know Kansas City is the third team. They just need a playmaker. Like, Kansas City is probably the most desperate for him out of anybody, which is crazy to say. But, I mean, defenses just go in and say, I'm taking Tyreek Hill away from you, Patrick Mahomes, and you're going to have to be just you're just going to have to be original. You're not going to be able to do the freaky stuff. You're not going to be able to throw the ball over the top of me. You're not going to be able to just kind of zip the ball around the yard and play backyard football anymore when I take away your biggest weapon and your offensive line is not what it was. He can't drop back and have the real confidence that he once did because he's got so many people in his face.
So if he goes to Saints, he would be number one receiver.
Right.
If he goes to Chiefs, Packers, Seahawks, are they still in the running just to play with great quarterbacks?
They might be in the background just because of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson probably have them relevant behind the scenes, and nobody's really talking about it. But there was a report yesterday that Odell Beckham Jr. came out and said, or reported to whoever made the news, that the Chiefs, the Saints, and the Green Bay Packers are his teams of choice. And it may go past today.
Well, he was big on the Patriots too, right?
Next couple of days. The Patriots behind the scenes, I think, made a play at him and made an offer to him. They still may be in the mix.
Yeah.
Who knows what could happen with them.
He just really likes them, I think.
Sure, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the opportunity to go play for the standard of the league.
The conversation is if he wants to either A, prove that he is still a number one wide receiver, or B, if he wants to go chase a title and be a winner.
Yeah.
That's the conversation.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah. So,
but
those are the two decisions in my mind.
He's not at the part of his career where he
rings.
has to win now,
right.
Like win immediately or he's done. He still has, you know, numerous years of good football ahead of him, which, in my opinion, you know, he could do in New Orleans, and which Sean Payton is probably putting a full court press of a recruiting pitch onto him on why he should be here, you know, not only it being his home and that nobody's going to be able to show him the love that he would receive in this part of the country anywhere else. And you've got Sean Payton drawing up the plays with potentially Alvin Kamara, Mike Thomas, Jameis Winston, and or, you know, just a pipe dream, Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
yeah, you're making it sound pretty good.
Yeah,
what would you do if you were him? Would you choose the Saints? And
I would
be the
come
receiver?
home.
You would?
Hell yeah, I'd come home.
What would you do?
If the possibility of playing alongside Aaron Rodgers in a Saints uniform and I could live in my city with my people.
But today, you choose the Saints or you choose Packers with Aaron Rodgers?
I would, just because of my bias. I mean, I can't really, you know, or I can't objectively say where I would go. I will say this. I will respect I will respect Odell Beckham Jr. and his decision and stand back and say, wow, he's about it if he goes to Green Bay. Because, you know, I know that Cleveland is not New York City, but Green Bay is not Trenton, New Jersey. I mean, it is off the map, and that is a place where he's just going to play football, and he's going to play in frigid, freezing weather in January if he has to and play off football, and he's playing alongside maybe the best quarterback ever. And that would be, to me, a decision that would say a lot about where Odell Beckham Jr. is in his head of it's time to get to winning. It's time to get with somebody that can get me the ball and I can be myself.
Not only that, but I think the decision is he's been commenting on Twitter, like this is pulled up from the past, but he said that Sean Payton is the number one play caller in the league. Like he likes what Sean Payton. This is, you know, he said Sean Payton, like he's commented on Twitter about these things.
Okay.
I wouldn't say recently, probably a couple of years ago, whenever Drew was here, but he still has kept an eye on New Orleans in that fashion. But I would say it's Aaron Rodgers versus Sean Payton, not so much Aaron Rodgers versus Trevor Siemian. But then if you are the Saints or if you're Green Bay, you only have him for a year.
Yeah.
Because you have to re-up and redo this deal afterwards. So that's probably tougher on the Saints to try to figure out some cap stuff because, as you know, they're great at managing the cap, but they're terribly close to breaking the cap every year.
Or maybe you tell Odell to go to Green Bay, don't sign anything, get to the summer, and you and Aaron both get back down to New Orleans.
That's what I was thinking.
Go build some chemistry. Go ring chase real quick, and then come down here and we'll see if we can't win 4 of the next 6 or, 3 of the next 5.
Because the alternative is if he comes to New Orleans and he balls out, that contract goes up extra, like, an absurd amount of money because if he comes to New Orleans, becomes a legitimate number 1 again, there's going to be teams clamoring to sign him to a deal that the Saints won't be able to afford. Yeah. So if you're playing the long game, I'd imagine the Saints wouldn't mind him going to Green Bay. The Saints aren't ready to win a Super Bowl anyway. Go to Green Bay. Go see what your chemistry is like with Aaron Rodgers. You come back and report to us and be like Rodgers is that dude. We're both in on coming to New Orleans, playing in a dome. Like, fuck that weather. Let's get into it. Let's get back to NOLA. I can show Aaron Rodgers around, show him the city. They're both kind of eccentric, and he can jive a little bit in New Orleans. I would imagine in a pipe dream, that would be the best case scenario for the Saints.
I like that
plan. Is to not have to pay him this year and then get them both together to where he'll take a team-friendly deal to play with Aaron again.
Jordan, what do you think? Are you even listening?
What?
What? You want pictures?
Are we live?
Speaking of live.
What?
Ducks tonight. Ducks fly together.
God, you scared me. Like, is a guest about to come in, like, to surprise us? Is it Will Wade?
What's the point spread? What are we thinking?
Oh, I can't talk about that. I don't know that. We're just trying to win the game, Coach.
What do you think? Where would you set it?
I can't. I'm not playing this game to get back to Chris Boyce, that Chris Boyce can show them before we play
You're
this
not
game.
He's not going to take the cheese.
No
No rat poison.
No rat poison.
Okay.
How'd the film session go
Trying
yesterday?
to schedule a press conference today.
Y'all got to do that.
Boyce says he's too busy.
Oh. What do you think he's doing?
Nothing.
Scared.
Game planning?
Scared. You're scared, Chris.
He's definitely thinking about the game. I know that. Whatever he is doing, he's distracted. Because so am I.
Yeah, keeps pulling out that sheet. All right, okay, I got the first 15 scripted. What else can we do here? I know what we did game 1 when we played. Like you said, it really is just a Madden game with real people.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is.
Sounds like so much fun.
I mean,
makes you want to have a kid.
With your kids.
Yeah.
Makes you want to have a kid.
Big day for the Ducks.
Big day for the Ducks.
Huge
I
day
hope
for
y'all
the
don't
franchise.
get rained out. What happens if you do?
Big day for the program. We're good. Just a little early shower. A little calm before the storm.
Okay.
Or storm before the calm.
Where are you on the meter of importance? Semifinals. And then if you win the second game tonight also?
Yes, back to back.
So you have to prepare for 2
tonight.
teams.
Back to back, yes.
Or 3 teams. Are you ready for all 3? Are you expecting an Irish win?
No, the Irish will be in the championship.
See, what you have to...
The Irish will be in the championship.
Just so you know, to avoid the letdown, if you win and the Irish lose, do not go into that game thinking it's a walk in the park. Just because you expected Irish and you get the 6th seed, that 6th seed's hungry. Hungry dogs run faster.
No, Irish, they're special.
Uh-oh.
They got things that you can't account for unless you got a plan. Like, you got to have somebody that can pull it off because they're bigger than you are. And they're like trying to guard Shaquille O'Neal in the early 2000s in the NBA. They have that type of player that they can throw it up, they can throw it around, they can throw it just in his vicinity, and it doesn't matter if you've got 2 of your alphas on him or,
it's a one guy? There's
tough.
a playmaker?
He's just tough and bails them out.
If there's a college football championship game you could compare it to, what 2 teams would you pick? If it's Ducks, Irish.
He would be like the Jordan Davis of the league. Nobody has him. Nobody in the country has Jordan Davis. Don't we all agree? The big defensive tackle for Georgia. I mean, they ain't walking around in college football. There's only one of them.
Except he plays wide receiver.
Exactly. But he's center, middle linebacker. He's in the middle of the field.
Oh, he's causing problems.
He takes up a lot. This is not a football field. A flag football field is very crunched. It's 40 yards, and it's probably 30 yards wide, maybe. I mean, if I'm just guessing.
I'm sure they do the same math. Like, it's 110 and 55 for a real football field, so they probably do the same metrics.
Right. I mean, it's 6 on 6. And our biggest advantage that we have is speed. Like, if you broke everybody down,
You're the Chiefs.
And looked at their, strengths and weaknesses, the Cowboys are big, athletic, and they're well coached. And
coach speak, we're getting out of you. It's unbelievable.
Not. But they got 3 players that they're tough to match up with. You know what I mean? Like they've got one that's really fast, they've got one that's long and tall, and then they've got just kind of like a freaky athlete. You know what I mean? That can jump over you, and you really got to account for them every play. You know what I mean? And sometimes being smaller and faster doesn't really help you out in those situations. So you really got to kind of find ways to get them moving in the wrong direction.
It's
right?
Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, and then it's kind of very similar against the Irish. That is one thing that I think is going in our advantage tonight, is that you don't have to really play 2 different games if you get to the championship. You don't have to really change everything up. I mean, because they're both bigger and faster. Not faster, but just kind of bigger and stronger than we are, probably top to bottom. You know what I mean? We got a couple of kids that are, could fit in on their teams as far as like their size and strength. Yeah, it's all 5th graders versus all 6th graders. I mean, the fact that we're here, I think, is a cool spot. But we've also got 8 alpha 5th graders. You know what I mean?
Like they could be in 6th grade.
We got 8 dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even the 6th grade coaches will come up to you after the game and be like, Coach, they're tough. You know what I mean? They're, for being younger.
John Curtis, the flag football, right. The holdback crew. He's bored of October. What do you want?
It could get wild tonight.
Some people just have it in them young.
I know that Boyce is very distracted during the day. A press conference would be super content.
Do a press conference.
We could actually do it with all 3 coaches if Jason Leopard is around and listening. He's the head coach of the Irish, who's probably like the wizard of the group. Like every year in Ancient Athletes, he's the #1 pick because he's the best quarterback. And for a while there, he was the best quarterback just on skill.
What did he do before this?
He was the quarterback at Neville.
Okay.
High school. And after that, I think he went on to play in college. But, I mean, he's just naturally gifted. He's got perfect hair. You know what I mean?
Quarterback.
Like, he's got the old school Bronco.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes. I mean, he's just got...
see, there it is.
Right,
Matthew McConaughey.
Exactly. I mean, just perfect smile, but just will cut you up.
Oh, and then he likes the...
He's like
the
Sean McVay of the league, where he almost like sees what the defense is doing before the ball is snapped, and the quarterback will look over, and he'll find kind of where the hole is, and he'll just eat you up. You know what I mean? And what I love about him is that if you can't stop what he's doing, he will pound you in the head until he beats you by 40.
So that's what
he will beat the hell out of you.
Same play.
But just easy, just kind of turn hand off, and you can't stop it, and we're gonna keep running it, and I'm gonna piss you off all day, and I'm gonna smile at you with my beautiful hair and my beautiful smile, and pat you on the back on the way out and kick your ass again.
And that's when you're on the defense, like, I got to call a timeout to stop these 3 plays. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
And that's when you're the most frustrated. It really is like Madden. If somebody's doing that to you and you're playing, it's like, you're just running the same play over and over. It's like, well, stop it. Well, I can't. Would you pick something else and let me get lucky?
Right. So we'll see. Big day for the program.
Have you thought about maybe not getting into defense until... maybe hit him with the Bill Belichick.
Thought about a lot, Lloyd.
All right. Well, do you think they're jealous of you?
Next question.
Next question. Do you think you have the most time on your hands out of all 3?
Repeat the question.
Do you think you have the most time on your hands to prepare of the other 3?
I think we've got the best resources to prepare out of the all 3. That would be Jordan Peck.
Absolutely.
The video man.
Oh, yeah.
All 22.
Yeah.
He's like, me? Am I here?
I'm still waiting on my jersey.
To be able to
make it official.
To be able to see that back. Now, we did do a film session last night with 10-year-olds, bro.
How far did that get?
We were eating Reese's and farting and burping, 3 plays in.
It was a sleepover.
Yeah, right. But you do see some things that you just say, hey, look, fellas, I mean, if you go here rather than not do this, now, will they retain it and think about it? We'll see.
And you're watching Jordan's film?
We're watching Jordan's film.
Can you come do Episcopal Girls High School basketball?
Easy.
I would love that. We're in the throes of it.
If you can afford his rate.
I'll tell
you what, man.
If you can afford his rate, we'll talk about that first. No, we're not just getting the video guy plucked away from the Ducks like that.
Dude.
I'm in the middle of basketball season. Hello.
Season's almost over.
Too.
You won't need him after tonight.
I
After
need
you get
him.
that
Oh,
dub,
no,
dude.
we got state tournaments coming up.
The phone is blowing up. People
Our
are
games are different
catching
nights than
wind
yours.
of these game films. A lot of
Good.
people were catching on.
There you go.
You're speaking in code there, like some like opponents or like opposing coaches.
No,
Speak up.
no. It was.
Yeah, he does look like that.
I mean,
He does look like that.
has Chris Boyce gotten in touch with you?
No.
Has Ruben Patel gotten in touch with you?
No. It was some of the younger.
Okay,
parents.
that's fine.
Oh, starting
That's fine.
younger. There you go.
That's fine.
Is there any interest in
Jeff Marsan, film session with 10-year-olds is crazy. No, it's not, Jeff. There's a championship on the line tonight. You're either in or you're out.
Are
you buying in or not?
Crazy.
Get your Reese's, grab your Capri Sun, sit down, shut up, and watch the film.
Suck him down.
If I got to tell you to stop pulling his finger again, you're out of here, kid.
You don't even want to fucking play tomorrow.
Do you think this is a
Hit
game?
the lights. I'm going to say this for one final time. If I've got to break again, we're done. We're going outside. We're running the neighborhood.
Are you?
And I don't want to put that pressure on your legs here the day before the game.
Everybody give me an up down. Were you running the remote? Were you Gruden it in there? Were you coach's clicker?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Paul's
yeah.
it here.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you doing?
It's easy to see where we're out of position, right?
That's
Your
you
right
14?
foot should be planted towards the sideline here with your butt to the end zone. Get our footwork right, boys.
So you're monopolizing Jordan. You're not sharing him.
Well, it depends on time and schedule, and if you can meet his rate first and foremost,
does,
it's
man.
not. It's going to
I
be.
can.
We're gonna get him paid. And Episcopal women's basketball does sound like our demographic where we can get paid for sure.
It's me.
We might.
It's me.
We might ought to up the rate there.
That's
actually,
a premium rate for
Yes,
sure.
Yeah.
We're
Actually,
upping
your
the rate.
rate's not on the card. Thank you.
We've recently made some changes to our business model. New cards coming out. You should get an all 22 is what you need, or an all 14. See that above?
All 12.
Yeah, all 12. I count the coaches because they're playing more than anybody is.
Oh, look, here's Chris Boyce texting in.
He's listening.
I didn't think that we'd hear from him on game day. For sure.
Well, you're talking shit about him on air, so you're gonna hear from
I
him.
don't know,
right?
not shit. Just
Facts.
saying, yeah, just
Well, you're challenging him to a press conference.
This roided out sixth graders that
questioning
he has
his
to work
Oh,
against.
wow. Look at Boyce playing mind games here. BG Lanois, who is trying to start shit here on Thursday morning,
Mr. Beastburger.
put a text chain together with Boyce and I and says he's skipping his son's game tonight, BG is, to come watch ours play, since we both play at 6:30. Boyce replies, I wouldn't do that. Jordy has the upper hand. We're not falling for that one, Boyce. Ain't falling for that. He let us win the prior game knowing it was beating someone 3 times was tough. Yeah, Chris, we're not falling. We're not biting the bait on you, brother.
I like it.
Ain't biting the bait on your head games, man.
I want to go to this game so badly.
One of his players on the way out of the basketball game told me and Jordan on the way out, we're gonna beat y'all on Thursday night. Should have gotten it on
thinking
film.
about it.
Should have gotten it on film. I thought about turning around and said, "Hey kid, say it to my phone real quick before anybody sees you, your dad or your mom or anybody. Chris Boyce sees you. Say it to my phone real quick. Film session on Wednesday night.
That's locker room material.
Little shithead.
This kid's gonna get hurt.
So we'll see, man. Big day for the Ducks. Big day for the program.
Over under parent interference tonight.
On our side?
No, just all together. On either team, is there going to be a dad on the field that has no coaching or any affiliation?
Of course.
The craziest crew for sure is the coaches in the semis game. Boyce and Ruben compared to Grant and I are probably, Ruben.
Wait, who's Grant? Grant who?
Grant Fall.
Okay.
He can lose it. He can get it. He can fly off the handle pretty quick.
I'm going.
I
Don't
would
even
say
know I'm
by
there.
far that we are the Leopard is a very cool and calm coaching staff. His parents, they got They
A lot of expectation on
pick up
Leo.
They pick it up. They pick it up for Leopard's quietness. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking any trash because we're loud.
Kind of like Leopard. I like what he's doing over there. I like the system.
He's tough not to like.
Talk softly, carry a big stick.
Yes, he does.
Should we give a heads up?
Great play caller. Give a heads up to who?
To the parents that cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
I think I know now.
Yes. Yeah, and if you create moments, we're capturing them.
Dude.
If you create moments versus the Ducks, we got them on film.
You know what they need? They probably need to see it and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I act like that." It would probably be a nice wake-up call for the you stormed on the field yesterday. Like, no, I didn't.
We'll bring him on the show. We'll kind of talk to him, and then
Here's the pillow, buddy. What's the problem?
He's not me.
Yes. It wasn't the call. You know what I mean?
I just want to play so bad.
That is the problem.
Can't believe he doesn't catch everything.
When I was his age, you wouldn't believe what I would do to be out there.
Tommy Howard says, I want to go to this game now. 6:30 Weiler Field at Traction on the corner of GSRI and Burbank there,
I
Tommy.
think Tom Graining might be showing up, too.
Come on, Tommy.
Tommy, bring some snacks.
Pick up your Oregon
always
gear.
does.
Pick up your Oregon gear. Wear your Ducks in
Ducks fly
support.
together.
Absolutely. Tonight would be a great night to come together, boys.
I'm going. I'm in. 6:30? I'm in.
The
No
motivational
pressure.
speech last night at the end of the
Pressure.
film, I think, got them ready to go, boys. It was the night before the big fight. You know what I mean?
And in the
Were
arena.
the parents here? Did they watch this
Couple of
happen?
parents walked in. They're all bought in.
That's
They know what's at
I got
stake.
great parents.
Just you do, or just in general?
the team
I'm
parents.
talking about the team parents.
I was raised right.
The team collective of parents, which you've got to recruit that as well.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have it. You got to have it understood, kind of what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like.
Look, we're not
early
worried
on in the
about homework on
process.
Thursday.
Right.
Got a championship. You think he's be happy he did his math homework, or happy they just got a medal around his neck?
Exactly. Take excuses on missing practices and late practices.
Trying to
Moms
win.
and dads have to run laps too.
That would not surprise me.
We almost got there one day.
Yeah, we almost did.
I'll be there.
All right, boys,
Okay, y'all.
ladies.
Gents,
What kicks you got on today,
gangsters,
Katie?
Oh, these are my strawberry milk. Nike
Oh, back
social
with 'em.
status collab. Yeah.
Number one pick, the Whopper of shoes.
Okay.
The Sonic double cheeseburger of shoes. It
The
seems.
Wendy Square
Let's
of
update the
shoes.
poll real quick before we get out of here. We
How
have to
is
update
the,
all of
It's
these.
got
Yes, we should.
224 votes.
We should make sure and share the post, please, for us,
Oh, we're in a dead heat.
Wendy's and Sonic
Wendy's
are tied.
and Sonic are racing.
bro. I think because you didn't clarify that Burger King, and we're talking about the Whopper, that they're voting on Burger
But
King.
we didn't talk about any other specific burger
I
either.
said best fast food
so
cheeseburger.
that's cheating.
I mean-
You're pushing the Whopper. You're pushing the
I
Whopper.
don't think that I'm pushing the Whopper if the poll says what's the best cheeseburger.
You personally are pushing the Whopper.
I'm not pushing the Whopper.
Yeah,
I believe
you
in the
pushed
Whopper.
the Whopper to Carl. Was it Carl? Who was the pilot?
Chad.
God,
What's his name?
God, I feel horrible now. What was his
Oh,
name?
I know his name.
Chris.
Don't
Chris,
ask me.
Chris.
He's a billionaire. We
Yeah,
should
you
remember
pushed
his
the
name.
Whopper on him.
Chris.
That was a leading question.
Chris.
Chad.
Chad.
Curtis.
Something with a C. Slippy, slappy, sloppy, swat, Samsonite. I knew it
Brought
started
to you
with an
by
S.
Relief Medical
Samsonite,
Marijuana.
it's
by the
right
way.
here.
It's on the briefcase. I knew it started with an S, though. Let's look her up in the phone book.
Mary Samsonite.
She's unlisted.
Swinny,
So
Swanee,
hot.
Swanee,
So slips in,
Swinny,
slaps in.
Swanee.
Samsonite.
Samsonite, it's right here.
It's right here on the briefcase.
It's been here in the briefcase the whole
He
time.
goes to the phone book, looks it up. And she's not in here. It's so hot. She's unlisted. The dumbest two people ever, dude. It's my favorite movie of all time.
It's so good, dude. You could
is
laugh
good.
literally at every line.
Everything can't even read.
Good. What about Dumb and Dumber?
It shouldn't have
No.
happened.
I know.
No.
That was a letdown, wasn't
I
it?
agree.
It's okay. The original lives. It was so bad that nobody even talks about it.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah, that's
is
true.
Mount Rushmore of comedy films of
Ace
all time.
Ventura, the original.
Oh, so
I mean,
good. Finkel is Einhorn.
like,
Einhorn is Finkel.
Just laugh at everything he says the
I
whole
know.
time. I
the,
mean,
the slow motion in the tutu is an all-time
it's unbelievable.
Scene. He bangs his head on the drinking fountain.
We've
Jim
gotten
Carrey's
two
a
more
lunatic.
recent dislikes.
Oh,
You ever
yeah.
see Ray Finkel? And a clean pair of shorts. All right, we're out of here. It's game day, boys.
I know. What are we doing?
I don't know, man.
Jesus, just 30 minutes of what have we even talking about?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think
245 people are hanging on with us though.
I think this has been the cigarette after that we realize that Lincoln Riley is not accepting
Yeah, I
the
guess
LSU
you're
job
right.
today.
We had to we reset.
I mean, that really was a.
That was Faya says Whopper doesn't come with cheese though. I agree, man. I think that we're a little bit outside looking here on this poll. Poll doesn't count today.
Oh, we'll do it again. We'll do it again.
Why doesn't it count?
I think
because it's not working in your favor.
No, you can count this poll today if you like, but as far as ranking burgers or what we need is your calling card, whatever you're at. Like, you know what I mean? Like McDonald's is the Big Mac. Burger King is the Whopper.
Signature.
Wendy's is what?
Why you want to do that?
What would Wendy's be?
Oh,
triple?
Would it be the
triple decker?
The
Baconator? Triple decker?
I guess so.
The Baconator, or like the Dave special?
Yeah, like whatever like what Sonic's go to. Would Sonic be the hot dog? I mean, isn't that their original?
The Coney? No, but this
is
a
kind of
question
their
burgers.
Original sales piece.
Now you're asking what is the best fast food item on the menu?
No, I'm not.
I'm
talking about
fast food
signature. Get your
best
signature
item.
Like, I mean, like what's your RPO play?
Got a score here.
What's your go-to? Your fourth down play. You know what I mean? Your life is on the line, and at Burger King, they're going to sell you the Whopper. We've been doing this for 80 years.
Big
you know
Mac
what I mean?
at McDonald's.
We flame broil our patty.
Chicken sandwich
no
that
microwave.
has blood and guts coming out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's their calling card. The Baconator. What is that?
That's the Baconator.
At
Wendy's. That's at Wendy's.
Okay, there you go.
That's what I said. The Baconator. But I'm sure they have like a Dave classic for R.I.P. Dave.
Oh, I forgot about Dave.
He's rolling in his grave at this conversation. Do you think he had a square?
Baconator was limited.
Do you think that Dave had a square casket for the patty?
Caskets are rectangles.
Yeah, but I mean, he was so rich.
I mean, he was so rich. He could make
like
a Tony Montana bed or bathtub.
That's so weird.
Another
like
purchase that I would make if I was Cracker Barrel rich would be would be the Tony Montana bathtub.
That's the one thing not the one thing I took away from that movie. A lot of money to be made out there.
Sure.
Is that bathtub. It's like that's when you're like, how big can I make it?
The bathtub is the ultimate scene.
The water bill he had to pay.
I mean,
water bill.
It's got to have steps.
Absolutely,
you got to be walking down into that bathtub.
Yeah.
I mean, he's sitting just stretched out, full extension, not even close to the other side, clicking the remote in 1982 right here before he's not even moving his hand.
Just does it every day.
Carpet around the bathtub, which is a dangerous move. Which is a dangerous move, but in 1980 it looked so great.
People did carpet in their bathroom.
Did he have the tiger rug in his bathroom?
He has the gold statue everywhere. This is a monster bathroom.
It's
unbelievable.
The steps, though? I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it looks like a pool. It looks like he's sitting in a swimming pool.
Yeah, it looks like a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the steps walking down. This guy has to sit next to him and try to. I guess
so he's like, look at the pelican, fly, pelican, fly.
Girlfriend's in the back just railing lines.
Sharon Stone, bro.
Yeah. A hot bathtub and cocaine sounds delightful and awful at the same time. Like, my skin's gotta get hot in here. God,
I gotta get out.
I gotta get out of the tub. Cold shower. Vamonos.
All right, we gotta get the hell out of here now.
Let's go.
Wait, before we go, I have one question. Are y'all watching Squid Game? Because I need someone to talk to me about it.
I think Nathan can get you on that on Friday.
I have 2 episodes left. And
how many episodes are in it?
9, and it is very difficult.
The last one I saw, they were licking the cookie.
It's very difficult. The violence is just.
It's TV mature.
It's like. It is the weirdest freaking thing I've ever watched. But I can't stop. But I can't do it right before I go to sleep. It's very disturbing.
One of those.
Very disturbing.
I think you would like it, Jordy.
Yeah, you would like it.
You would love it.
You have to get past the first episode.
Like Game of Thrones.
How long are they?
It's weird.
40 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Bite.
You should. It's worth watching.
You have to get past the kung fu talk of.
Are you in or you out?
Oh, I'm in.
You're in?
I haven't picked my moment yet to watch it yet.
What's the sounds about?
What are you talking about?
What's the sound effects about?
What do
you?
Oh, birds.
Birds. Oh my God!
Y'all
Oh my God.
There you go.
Okay. Little game day luck.
Can't we?
Little game day luck.
That was a duck.
Little game day luck. Was that a duck?
That was a duck.
Was that a duck?
Ducks.
Go Ducks! Let's go Ducks! We're back with you tomorrow, 7 a.m.
What the hell?
Came at the perfect time. You're like, what's the sound effect? Bird.
Oh my God, that was insane.
We're still on.
I thought it was a distraction. At first, I thought you were just trying to distract from us talking to you, and then I thought,
oh my God.
what the hell?
See, I can think on my feet.